footy. It's helped fade all around Australia through the AFL, but I think the smaller lights need to come on and just light it up a little bit more.
Interesting, I noticed it actually came on one at a time when they eventually did come on. There was a bit of a delay. I think they might be going around turning them on manually and not from the central switch. They normally all come on at once.
So there's other lights out there, isn't there? They're not on yet. They haven't taken effect.
They're the older ones, and look, they've been used in the past too for AFL matches. They normally have both sets going full bore. I've got a funny feeling we can't see from where we're sitting. I've got a funny feeling the ones on the grandstand side of the ground might not be on yet.
Well, it's going to be, I'll tell you what, if you were to call this game right now, Stan Coon, I'm going to have to hand it over to you because they are silhouettes out there as far as I'm concerned.
The umpires should be easy to tell.
The umpires, incidentally, just those umpires, a couple of local umpires, you know, but Ben Schmidt, 240 games in the NTFL. He's come down for this match, but a couple of local umpires as well.
Yeah, great to have Sam Nicholas and Gavin McCargill out there, two local CAFL umpires, two of the best. Matt, you may even remember Gavin McCargill early on in his umpiring career just before he ran away down to Melbourne.
Very fair umpiring.
Great to have Sam Nicholas there too. The Nicholas family heavily involved with umpiring here in Alice Springs. His old man Phil gets out and does the field umpiring. Still does some A-grade games and some of the minor round games. And I even think his sister Deb Nicholas might do a little bit of goal umpiring as well. So great to have that family involvement with local umpiring. It's always hard to get umpires, but the Nicholas family are always there.
So Saints go off to our right, so go through their warm-up, and we're just looking, Matty, and I can see black armbands that St Mary's are wearing, and they've just told us that they wear it for the passing of three great servants for the club. The late and great Sibby Rioli, the black armbands are there for him. Tony Bergona, who lost his life, terrible tragedy in that accident, and Merv Nagel as well, who coached St Mary's to a premiership. The great Essendon player who's lost his life in a car accident as well. So Saints wearing the armbands today to recognise those three.
And Tony Bergona would be remembered here too. I believe he spent a season playing with your old club, Matt. He had a short stint with his way back. He went back into Darwin and decided he didn't want to pursue an AFL career with the Swans. Pretty sure he stopped there and had a kick with Pioneer.
Yeah, definitely heard a few of the stories from the old uncles and
Matt, I don't know, do you know Norm Hagen? Do you have much to do with Norm Hagen? Not an Uncle Norm to you or something? Yeah.
You played this last season? Sorry, did you play?
I reckon another one of his nephews, Trevor Duke, hit him by a goal. Trevor Duke hit 25 to beat Normie's 24, I reckon. So it's still in the family.
Yeah. Well, I think Normie's actually joined us on the line. Let's see if we can get him. Norman, hello.
Your injuries last longer?
Yeah, mate.
Not bad. Stan Cooper here with me as well, and Matty Campbell as well with us. We're at Traeger Park. It's lit up. It's not really lit up yet. How many games did you play here as a young man? You're from Alice Springs.
How many games were you? Right, where you down?
How many games did you play here?
Maybe more than two.
And all with the Pioneer Footy Club?
Yeah. I thought you were saying,
but they don't want to play until then. Because if you're not upset,
All right, well, you picked your best ever team, and it's littered with players who played for Pioneers and Buffs. And now that you've told me you played for South, there's a few South players in there as well. Bill, I'm just going to run through the team quickly. This game not far away from the start as the Redtails make their way out on the ground. Norm, you've given the fullback line to Graham Hampton, Rossi Cole and Willie Taylor. You happy with that?
Yeah, we're happy with it. Quite a good player, but Willie Taylor was a champion.
And then Richard Hayes, Graham Smith and Kevin Tilmouth, your half-back line.
Yeah, good players.
Nothing wrong with that centre line. Gilbert McAdam, the great Donnie Stokes and Shane Hayes.
Yeah, good players, and yet Gilbert's uncle in the centre, Johnny Stokes,
Yeah.
And good players, good centre line.
Half forward line, Normie Hagan, Adrian McAdam and Paulie Archie. Stan's looking on with interest.
Oh, is that you, Normie? Or it's not the Normie Hagan that played for Pioneer and the Inaugural Cowboys, is it?
That's my nephew.
It's the real Norm Hagan. At the full forward line, Stephen Hayes, that's Weedy Hayes, Lance White and Greg McAdam.
Yeah, no, you know, there's good players here, good players there.
Yeah, and your rucks, you've got Darryl White who's here. We were talking to him a short time ago, he's not playing. Johnny Pepperell is the ruck rover and Kelvin Marr as the rover. So your rucks are pretty good. And on the bench, Roger Baxter, Harold Ferber, Kenny Ogden and Sammy Stokes. It's a good team, Norm.
Yeah, old age and old players, but he's doing a good pace, you know, and the ruck, you can't figure that because you can't be doing White and knocking out Kelvin Marr and Tony Stokes in the centre, you know, you can't
Yeah, you're probably going to win it out of the middle. White to Marr, handball to Pepperell, out to Stokes, kick the centre half forward. Adrian McAdam from 50 runs in and kicks another one. It'll about go like that. Norm, we're going to leave it there, mate. Thanks for taking our call. We wish you were here, and we'll make sure you stay listening to the radio. We'll keep you across this match.
Okay, mate.
Norman Hagan joining us there. He put a lot of work into that, Stan. I know you picked the team as well, but Norman had a lot of work to put that team together.
I tell you what, it's interesting. Matt said he does regard me as an uncle. Gee, there's a few other relatives of yours in there, Matt Campbell. I thought I was hearing the family tree there for a while. Your uncle Lance White and Darryl White and. Yep.
Indeed, yeah. ABC Local Radio 105.7, ABC Darwin 783 in Alice Springs. We are at Traeger Park. There might be a delay in the start of the match because if they start now, Stan, we're in trouble. We still haven't got those lights working, I don't think, adequately enough.
Still only working over on the far side of the ground from where we look at it from the grandstand. I don't think these lights on the grandstand side of the ground are on at all.
Not working at all. All right, this is going to cause some problems for us, Matt. Fair comment. Fair comment. So there could be a delay here. Oh, for those people who want the could have beens, they're on the stream at the moment too, so you can check them out on abc.net.au/Darwin. That's where you'll go. I just better lost that. That's where you go if you want the could have beens. They're on right now as well. Footy returns to ABC Radio next week as well. The match for broadcast. St Mary's, this team again playing Darwin. That big anniversary match to be played at Gardens Oval. Well, darkness here. We're still waiting on the lights here. It's not the first time we've had this problem. We'd like to give us. You must have had a game with no lights. Yeah. That's right.
I can recall one occasion at Traeger Park. You might have been here for an under-17 finals night.
We apologise for the short delay we're having. Been trouble with the lights, so it should be fixed shortly, and we'll get the game commenced as soon as we possibly can. Thank you for bearing with us.
The lights are on.
That is magnificent.
Now it looks good, doesn't it?
Maybe they were just saying.
I don't know if you guys can hear me up there.
Bring it in. All right, fellas, look, I'll let you preview this match. I've got one function to attend to, and I'll be straight back to join you in just a moment.
No worries. Stan Cooman, Matt Campbell with you on ABC Local Radio, right around the territory, 105.7 in Darwin, 783 in Alice Springs. And you're with us for some history. The Redtails, the Central Australian Football Club Redtails versus the Might of St Mary's. NTFL action at Traeger Park for the very first time. Matt, look, we were just touching on the side earlier on. Virtually is a representative side for Central Australia, and unlike past representative sides, what I really like is the fact that we've got a fair contingent of blokes from bush out in this team as well. Enormous talent out in our bush communities. It's great to see it start filtering into our representative sides as well.
Yeah, I think the way the competition's set up now with those bush teams coming in, it's bringing them into the comp, and now they get this opportunity, exposure. I think the boys are really excited. I trained with them on Thursday night. The excitement down the train was unbelievable. They're all ready to go and ready to make a bit of history, I think, tonight.
Do you have to be careful when you're playing a match like this? To get the excitement out the way? I mean, a good coach will steady that down, won't he?
Yeah, I think good coaches, they know that. They pick up on that players as well. I know they've played the final against West Coast. It wasn't very good. Too many boys were too excited.
Yeah.
Believe in the hard work we've done. Just went up there and obviously
Yeah, that preparation's so important. I was talking to Mark Motlop once, and he coached Southern Districts who played in the grand final, and he holds himself responsible for them losing that grand final because he reckons he kept them in the room too long. They went over their peak, and then they got excited. got them to a peak, and then they really started to drop very quickly, and he held them there too long. He wanted the other team to stay out on the ground and wait, and he reckons it was a tactic that didn't work. So you've got to get the timing right. These two teams have been out there for some time.
I tell you someone who's got the timing right, and it's the local football supporters. They're starting to come in their droves at the moment. We were lamenting that the crowd wasn't looking too good at the start of the broadcast, but you have a look around Traeger Park now, and she's starting to fill out real quickly.
Thanks, Jeff, and very good evening, everyone. Welcome to this historic event, St Mary's taking on our very own Central Australian Football Club Redtails. Congratulations to all involved.
I tell you what, if all the close family members of each and every one of the Central Australian Redtail players
will be
here,
well
it'll
received
be
by
back
the
to the
NTFL
rafters,
community.
because we're certainly
So I
represented by
think
some
without
very
further
good
ado,
families out there.
I
Some
think
big
they're ready to
local
get going. So
football
I'd like to officially say congratulations to all involved.
It's a good turnout.
Congratulations and have a great
Those
game.
blokes from the bush I was about to touch on, great to see him in. I reckon we can expect some excitement tonight. Daniel
Mr. Charlie King, if you could please come to the microphone now.
Sensational final series here. Listeners in Darwin would have seen...
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are playing for the No More Cup, and to tell us a bit about the idea and the philosophy behind the
I hope
idea,
they
Mr.
can
Charlie
get some
King.
footy out in a little
Thank
bit
you
of
very much,
space.
and a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Traeger Park. We're taking this game out on ABC Radio across the territory. It's actually being streamed as well on the NTFL website, so if you've got friends at home, they can check it out on the computer and see this game. So the team's taking place today. They link arms, ladies and gentlemen, in the centre of the ground as a symbolic statement that men, football teams and men here in Alice Springs and the St Mary's Footy Club say no more to violence against women and no more violence against our children. It's a symbolic statement that comes from men in the Northern Territory that say we as men do not accept the levels of violence that our women have to put up with. We know that each year 30,000 young children are abused in Australia, and we want to say no more to that. We know that 1 in every 4 women are abused in Australia as well. We want to say no to that. And these men today proudly put their arms together. The guys that are all part of these two clubs, the umpires are doing it as well today. I'm proud to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that statement that comes out of the middle of Traeger Park today says no more to violence against our women and children. Thank you very much. Thank you, players. Thank you, umpires. We'll now call Matt to the centre of the ground, Mr. Matt Conlon, our Sport and Recreation Minister, for the coin toss, and we'll get on with the game. Thank you.
The St Mary's team, Matt, we all know from down here in Alice Springs, we all follow NTFL football from a distance. Quite often we have a lot of blokes go up and participate in it. This is the club that everyone looks at. They're the measuring stick of NTFL footy. Tell you what, they're not going to come down and hand a game over to Central Australia just because it's their first game.
Oh, no way. I think Central Australia's got a lot to prove, and St Mary's know that, and they know they're the powerhouse club, and they've got to sort of stamp their authority. It's funny that probably one of Central Australia's best exports in Barrow White. Excellent place for St Mary's in the Derby season. So, yeah, it would have been good to see him line up against those players to see how they went around it too. So
he was penciled in too, but a knee injury doing a clinic out in country Queensland, I understand, is probably going to keep him out of footy, even for St Mary's until after Christmas. There is another local lad out there with the St Mary's jumper on too, the little lab assistant, Henry Labastida. Good to see him there, former West player and a Minahan medalist like yourself.
Yeah, former West player. Great battles with Maddo, who played here in finals. So it's good to see him out there and back in his hometown, and hopefully he can keep the boys alone a little bit.
Now it looks like Central Australian side will be kicking to what we call the gap end of the ground. Great local landmark down in that direction. Of course, the gap between the McDonald Ranges, where the South Stewart Highway starts its rounding course on its way down to Adelaide. So we'll refer to that as the gap end of the ground. The other end of the ground we'll call the town end. And normally when the footy goes over towards the far side of the ground, around away from the grandstand, we call it the Todd River side of the ground over there. Another great local landmark. Teams heading into position and nearly ready for the first ever NTFL football action in Alice Springs. The crowd has really built up for it as well, and I think we're going to be off to a great start. I'll tell you what, if the home side gets a couple of early ones and gets the crowd into it, they find their voice, I reckon that'll spur the local team on as well.
Yeah, I think it's the key that the boys get going early and start to call out the space. Obviously, big deck and try and run them off the lead so they flew down.
Well, not that far away. History about to be made when they bounce the ball down in the middle. You can see Ryan Smith in there, the big ruckman for St Mary's. He's got Justin Wilson, what a bulldog he is, in the middle as well, and doing the run work. Darren Young for the Redtails. Stan Coombe to get it away here at Traeger Park.
First bounce down, NTFL footy in Alice Springs. Ryan Smith might have had the better of the tap, but he didn't get much on it. Footy up for grabs as players throw themselves in on top of that cricket pitch in the middle of Traeger Park. The ball just bobbles out of the pack as the umpire whistle sounds. And we'll get another ball up and start it all over again. Hectic stuff to start. This time Darren Young knocks it forward. Ryan Mallard had it momentarily, lost it. Quick kick out of the centre from Gareth Grenfrey. Gets the ball forward for the Redtails. Abraham Anchors out of one tackle, then into the second. He's lost control of the footy. Labastida ends up with it there for St Mary's. Can't get a kick away. Gibson Turner looking for the football around half forward for the Redtails. The umpire will call for a ball up.
Yeah, it's just good to see the boys up and about early. Their pressure around the ball has been good.
Ferocious pressure. Ryan Smith stands underneath it, but he gave the push and he gave away the free kick. So the Redtails a chance here. They can pump it along. Ball in the hand here of Darren Young. Gets onto it, sets it up to the goal square. Packed there, front position. Mark taken. Terrific mark, 15 metres out. It's going to be a Redtail. Mark Stan, can you help me who it is? Down
Like Thomas Corey to me.
Thomas Corey directly out in front. Stands about 10-15 metres out. And it was a deep kick that went down from a free kick given away by the St Mary's ruckman. And this man's going to have the shot. Thomas Corey directly out in front. Might be first goal here to the Redtails. He'll bring great joy to them. He goes back and kicks it goal and he jumps in joy. His teammates come from everywhere. Whoa, they've switched on the Redtails. You'd think they've just won the grand final. They've kicked the first goal in this match.
Like I said before, guys, they've got to get off to a good start. What a better way to do it in the first couple of minutes. Go down long there to big Daniel Stafford and certainly cause our St Mary's to finish some goals.
Yeah, that was the difference. I reckon Stafford was probably the target with the kick, and they'll go to the big fella every time. But then that opens the door for Thomas Gorey as they try and get 2 or 3 blokes to jump against Stafford, which you have to do.
Stafford had a stint with Nightcliff, didn't he?
He did.
And he played some terrific matches as well.
Tell you what, his skills for a big man, Charlie, fantastic. He's one of the best kicks I've seen left and right, and he's about 6'4", 6'5". You don't normally expect it from blokes that size.
If you've just joined us, ABC Local Radio bringing you the footy across the territory from Traeger Park. First goal to the Redtails here, the home ground. St Mary's with a chance to pick this up. They couldn't get it. Mallard gets it. Couldn't get the kick away. Now hurried kick comes out of the middle. Scrambled kick up towards the 50-metre line, and they're able to get it and scramble it forward again. Still no clear possession here. Saints come in numbers. Saints under enormous pressure earlier on here. Oh, the tackling, the ball's held up. No one with a clear possession. Now Saints can get it and run it out. Aidan Hill, cool under pressure, ignores Carl Load out there, kicks up forward. Good kick, deep kick too down there. Tried to get it to Hill. He couldn't get it, knocked towards the boundary line over for a throw-in. So Saints have taken a while just to get their rhythm working, and they might have just found it right there, I reckon, Stan.
That was that first glimpse of typical St Mary's football as they moved that out of the bench. Darren Young to do the run against Ryan Smith over on the top riverside wing. Young has the front position, holds it too, probably got hands on the footy, couldn't find a teammate with it. St Mary's have to go backwards with the handball. It was good work there by Josh Heath, got it out to the teammate. Back to the tackling fierce here from the Redtails. A couple of tacklers came in, they've held the ball up. The umpire will call for a ball up in between centre and the half-forward flank with the Redtails heading forward. 3 minutes gone in the opening term. Only one score on the board. A goal to the Redtails. They lead by 6.
Well, Saints have barely been past the centre line. Now they get a scramble kick. It drops out in front of a player running hard out it there. Might have been Aaron Pollard. Sees it towards the boundary line. Now Rioli gets it and break. No, the umpire says you've got to bring it back. It's right out on the boundary line. And the umpire will take it back. In fact, that's Pollard out there, and it's gone out of bounds, out on the wing. So on that far side, on the eastern wing, Stan, can I call it? What do you call it?
I go the Todd River side.
Todd River wing. That's where the throw in. Matt Campbell with us as well here as the ball's knocked back to the boundary line, Matt.
It's just interesting to see Iggy Valajo starting to full forward for St Mary's. Probably one of their key playmakers should have been filling off half back. So not sure if he's been underdone there through pre-season.
Be the plan for the twilight of the career for Iggy Valajo. Go up forward. Attempted kick forward there by the Redtails. That was partly smothered. Now St Mary's come away with the football. Nice clean delivery towards centre forward. Baden Malcolm there though for the Redtails to take the mark on the chest. Normally a lovely kick. He goes out wide, looking for Corey in the front position. Kicked the first goal. I reckon he got a free kick. The umpire could have let the advantage go there. He got a kick away out in front of Bradley McMasters up towards the 50. The umpire has called it back, I guess deeming that maybe it wasn't to advantage because it was bouncing.
Well, I reckon Gorey was waiting for the whistle. He knew he got the free kick, and I reckon the umpire realised that. So Gorey has it out on the wing now, directly out in front of it. Short kick goes into the middle, and the Redtails can get it from here. This means they've plenty of touches today already, hasn't it?
Big Youngie.
Darren Young kicks it down to half forward. They're trying to get through the Redtails. Handball came back too long with the footy. St Mary's have picked up a free kick across their half back line. Gibson. McFarlane, where's he? Great player, Peter McFarlane. That's not him back there. He's up here on the wing. That's the direction they want to go for. Yeah. He'll set himself for this. He's a long way back. McFarlane about 5 in line here. He didn't get to the footy that time. Ball was left on the ground. Saints went looking for it. In there was Coombs. Couldn't get free. Redtails come out. Slick handball was pretty good. And it came out through Larson. This time grabbed in here by Anchors. Anchors gets free on the wing, kicks up towards half forward, but a good mark in defence taken back there by Luke Stapleton.
What a good player he is too, Luke Stapleton. They pulled the play on here, St Mary's. Almost 6 minutes gone over in terms of the Redtails. 1 straight goal, 6. St Mary's yet to score. And Shane Dixon from the Amudgera Cowboys to bring the ball back into play for the Redtails. Goes looking for big Daniel Stafford. 2-3 jump against him. Crumbs to Gibson Turner. Snaps around the body with the right boot. A high floating kick into the forward pocket. Getting back, taking a courageous mark, running with the flight of the football. Luke Stapleton. And he will clear out to the Todd River side. Gets it to Josh Lidgerwood, who marks just inside the defensive 50. His kick into the centre. Mark has been taken by Henry Labastida, the little lab assistant. Feeds the handball out wide to the player that gave it to him, Lidgerwood. This is great running from the young man. Lidgerwood delivers inside the attacking 50. Plenty of defenders back there for the Redtails. They get a fist on the footy. Malcolm cleans up across half back. His handball away under pressure. All the pressure's fierce. Strong tackling from the Redtails. The player didn't have the footy. St Mary's will end up with the free kick, half forward flank on the Todd River side of the ground.
Malcolm was just about to get away with that. He was in the clear too, but Saints have it. They go searching for McFarlane. Too many defenders back there. McFarlane might have got a free kick out of it. He was pushed. There was 2 of them on him, 2 defenders back there. It's a poor free kick given away, Matt Campbell, and McFarlane will have a shot from directly out in front.
Yeah, just starting to notice some of the boys just starting to blow a little bit. Obviously, the first 10 minutes of any game is pretty quick, pretty hectic. So just got to get through that first stage and get the second minute, and things will settle down.
So Peter McFarlane directly in front. Saints haven't scored yet. 7 minutes gone first term. Traeger Park, St Mary's up against the Redtails. History-making footy match here at Traeger Park. He starts the journey now, Peter McFarlane. He's a very accomplished footballer. Pumps it goal and kicks it straight through the middle. A few St Mary's players come in and tap hands with him. Not the celebrations we saw from the Redtails earlier on, but a goal nevertheless. Scores level here at Traeger Park.
Certainly not the same reaction around the ground as well. The Redtails goal was treated to plenty of cheers, but not too much applause there for St Mary's. They've got their first on the board and the scores all tied up, 1 straight goal apiece. That's what we want, a great start. Almost 8 minutes gone. Darren Young still in the ruck.
Hill goes there, and well, he's a big man as well, Stan. Does any of the ruck work?
We've got big Jonathan, is it Jonathan Miles? Might be Jonathan Miles there for St Mary's, up against Young. Young giving away a few inches. A Minahan medalist, one of the first from the bush, probably the first ever from the bush, I reckon, to win the Minahan medal. Oh no, Kenny Morton might have beat him to it. Now ball around half forward for St Mary's. Carl Lone will deliver inside 50. Jaden Pryor came late to the marking contest. McFarlane's got the footy, just steadies a little bit and then goes backwards with the kick. The delivery was good. Found the teammate on his own and shot a goal coming up here for St Mary's from just outside 50. I think it might be Justin Wilson with the footy.
Testing from that distance, I reckon. And the Redtails, there's Matt caught with 2 or 3 defenders running to the one St Mary's forward stand.
Well, the kick's been smothered, got too close to the man on the mark. Bradley McMaster's good smother for the Redtails, and he applies the tackle. The handball still goes forward for St Mary's. You're going to have a quick snap in towards goal, but that one's pretty wide. Out of bounds on the full in the forward pocket. And the free kick will be taken by the Redtails at full back, big Jaden Pryor. 11 games for the Thunder side this year.
I just think just his size and his athleticism is just causing a bit of problems.
So Pryor has to go back and do it again. Along the boundary line. Jaden Pryor, where's number 11? He's tucked away in the back pocket. Iggy Valajo stands on the mark. A goal apiece here. Pryor now has a man to go to. Kicks it out very wide, and good mark taken out there by McMasters. McMasters from half-back. Short kick goes up towards the wing. Reggie Smith has it. He's backward of the wing.
Keep running forward.
Along
Keep
the
running.
wing. Good run here.
Keep running forward.
Trying to duck around a player there. McMaster's got himself in a little bit of trouble. This is the man I was talking about, Hill. Man caught with the footy. He's trying to wrench it free. He gave away the free kick. It went to Justin Wilson. He gave it off in a hurry. Here's Musgrave with the kick. 1-on-1. Vallejo front position. They had hold of him. He didn't get the free kick for it though. Now he gets there with the tackle. Good defensive work, the Redtails here. St Mary's come at them. No one able to get a clear possession. Pack gets over the top. Ball held up. Umpire will have to ball it up. Goal apiece here. 10 minutes gone first term.
Just think coming through the middle of the Redtails, just trying to overpossess the field. Probably got the run early, just get it off out the space in the first quarter.
There's back Campbell's brother, Paul Campbell, with the footy at centre half back for the Redtails. Just got a little push in the back as he got his left boot to the footy. It bounced out to Bradley Turner. Turner gave the handball back to Campbell. And now they kick it to a player clear on the half-forward flank. The Redtails will deliver inside it. The big fella's taken the mark. He can go back and shoot for goal. Good work out there by Bradley Turner and Paul Campbell. Pick up the other players and got over and assisted as well. There was a third one in there. This is what we want to see. The big fella Daniel Stafford with the foot in his hands. Over put the buckles on him by saying he's a great kick for goal. And it has. He's missed it through for one behind. Redtails 1-1-7. St Mary's one straight goal. 6-11 minutes gone in the opening term.
Crosby hands it off to Kevin Tunderwatch. Put out wide. Saints can build from here. Great addition to the team, Carl Load. Just to the boundary line. Did he land it in the field of play? No, he didn't. Umpire says it was out of bounds on the full. Saints dispute that, and they have a case. Bowen stands there and looks. So the umpire ruled it out of bounds on the full. So a little kick by the Redtails. The wing now as they try to build this up. They're playing the game. Stands just a little chip game. They have it on the wing. Now into the hands here of McMasters. Sets it up towards the half-forward line, waiting at the back stake, and he didn't get it. Left arm. This time looking for it. He had some assistance down there with him as well. It was Daniel Hill. Saints can come away out of defence now with the kick up over the wing, and good front position there. They were parked underneath the foot. Ball was Caleb Hart, and the free kick kicked out of it, and the Redtails want to get it.
It's a great recovery from Caleb Hart because he got up and applied the tackle.
He got pushed out of position.
More dangerous kick leading to McMasters. He was surrounded by Saints everywhere. The ball rebounded in Charlie Maher's favour though for the Redtails. Now the numbers advantage with the Saints. Mark McLean gets a handball away. Still good pressure here from the Redtails forwards. The ball's come loose. Charlie Maher now the handball to Jasper Wheeler. Oh, he went searching for Paul Campbell with the handball. It was intercepted and the Saints thump it long back out to the wing, and a terrific mark taken for the Redtails by Jack Avery. Young Rovers footballer, short pass. Daniel Stafford a long way out from the goal square. The big fella might be having a short spell in the ruck. Stafford goes long and direct. Oh, gee, coming out. Oh, wasn't Stafford, in fact. Swaney Hill, because he was looking for Stafford on the lead out from full forward, but the Saints had come up with the footy.
So Saints have an inside defensive 50. Short offer as Wilson was ignored. Longer kick wants McFarlane. Has good position McFarlane. They come with assistance there to help him. Was the big Miles. Miles couldn't get it. McFarlane with the handball now, but it was not a good one. It was a loose handball. Gave the Redtails a chance here. Hart couldn't pick it up. Now they can get away with a chance to get the handball to Campbell. Didn't give it. Went with the right boot. Chipped it out towards the half-forward line. And the mark taken out there by Turner. So Gibson Turner chips to the pocket. Good kick from him. Good patient build up here by the Redtails. Renfrey has it inside 50. He's alongside the boundary line. John Anster stands on the mark about 3 or 4 metres in from the boundary line, so he's tucked away in the forward pocket. Score check, a goal apiece here. And we've played nearly 14 minutes, so a low scoring match here. Fumbly's footy, round 1 of the NTFL. Match played at Traeger Park. Here we goes, Renfrey. Off the right boot, good looking, kick when he purchased on it, gets to the goal square. Big back, Stafford at the back, got over the top, and now he plays on, onto the right boot he goes, kicks at goal, and kicks a beauty at the back. You didn't expect him, he was third in line, he took the grab, and while Saints defenders were looking at each other, he played on and kicked a terrific goal. Matt Campbell.
That's the pressure of the Redtails across half forwards, forcing St Mary's to ball off the defensive Redtails just putting it back and rebounding straight.
Great to see the big fella Daniel Stafford get his name on the score sheet. Missed his first shot at goal. I reckon the scoreboard that we're looking at here at Traeger Park could be wrong, Charlie. I reckon it's 2 goals, 1-13 for the Redtails, and St Mary's 1 straight goal 6 because Daniel Stafford did kick a point with his first shot at goal.
Yeah, it's good to see they're getting everything. The big fella's close and balls his body. St Mary's previous drive off half back and running.
15 minutes gone, opening term, a 13-point lead to the Redtails. Darren Young doing the ruck work and the roving in the middle. Ryan Mallard, deft little hands on there to get it over to Luke Adams. He got the handball off Gibson, Turner delivers inside 50. It's a goal! Went over the head of the marking contest and bounced through for another one to the Redtails. A couple of quick ones, that's got the crowd on Campbell.
Yeah, definitely up in the ground for the Redtails. Great opening behind them. With a team like this, we don't get up to Charlie.
That confidence going. Saints hesitant here. They're not quite sure how to play their opposition, I reckon, is the problem.
Tell you what, Big Youngie's having some influence in the ruck too. He's putting in a manful effort, gone nearly the whole quarter.
He's dominated out of the middle. Let's see if he can do it all again. It's a big man, Darren Young. Let's see what he does here. Ryan Smith to jump against him. 2 good ruckmen. Ryan Smith favoured by the throw. Got his tap down on it too, was good. Got it to McLean. He scrambled a kick out of the middle. Rolling ball down there. Here's Lamson getting after it. Larson rather couldn't get it. Ball came back out into the hands here of Carl Load from a long way out. Goes for goal, rolls it at the goal line and through for a behind. Was it, or did it hit the behind post? It did. It's out of bounds. Be a throw in. So St Mary's deep in attack here. See what they can make of this.
3-1-19 the Redtails, 1 straight goal 6 St Mary's. 16 minutes gone, opening term. Starting to get a bit exciting here in the Bowden Macadam grandstand, and this crowd continues to build too. I think we're heading up towards the couple of thousand mark now. Crowd yelling for a free kick there for the Redtails. Holding the ball is what they wanted, and that's what they've got. The free kick will go to the Redtails. A little handball off to the ruckman, Darren Young. Young goes along out towards the half-back flank. 2 Saints flew against each other. They were in the box seat of the marking contest too. The ball to ground. Baden Malcolm, the speedster's off. 2 bounces. Gets to the wing. Normally a beautiful kick. Oh, he's placed it beautifully to Ryan Mallard. Hit him on the chest. Mallard from about 60 out into the pocket looking for Stafford. Good spoil by Stapleton. Stafford picks up the crumbs. Stapleton tackles him over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in 40 metres out from the Redtails goal, but a good passage of play.
Exhilarating footy, Matt Campbell, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just that run and carry. They're getting it out the back, and that's their game plan. They're going to stick to it.
Saints been asked a question here. They have it down in the forward line to the Redtails. They lead on the scoreboard. They're getting plenty of footy. Took a long time to get rid of it, that player down there. And he's going to be penalised. Had a chance to get rid of that was Gibson Turner. That great goal a short time ago, and he's coughed it up. And St Mary's have it across the back. Loads up on the wing.
Give Jackie Musgrove.
He's going to go short instead to Anstess. Anstess stands unattended between the half-back line and the wing. He's got a runner going past him. He'll go with the little kick over the top, barely the 15 metres. They got there late in the tackle, but the mark was taken anyway by Kevin Tunderwatch. Served some time with the Tiwi Bombers. Now plays with St Mary's. Here's his kick. Goes long with it. Up towards the half-forward line. Ball it landed on the ground there off the hands of Coombs. He went with the handball to Wilson. Wilson set sail for goal. Kicks it out to the left. Misses. Kicks it behind. Saints have got another behind. But the goals with the Redtails, 3 goals straight as it stands to 1 goal 2, would you say?
I reckon it's 3-1-19 for the Redtails, 1-1-7 for St Mary's.
Heavy, who's back there?
Quite often a few electronic problems up there in the Ted Hayes Memorial scoreboard.
Yes, the manual.
I think someone up there that believes there's 3 types of people in the world, those that can up and those that can't. Jaden Pryor with the kick in, comes long grandstand side, 2 against 1 in favour of the Redtails, and Darren Young ended up taking the mark. It just fell into his lap in the end. Gets a handball off the Gareth Remfrey, short pass to the wing, marked by Gibson Turner, getting plenty of footy in this opening term. Former Richmond rookie-listed player. His pass into the centre is good to McMasters. A switch on here over to the top riverside wing. Bradley Turner in acres of space takes the mark and plays on. Kicks long looking for Stafford inside 50. Try to grab. The big fella's taken the mark. He'll go back and line up for his second.
The delivery to him been pretty good as well.
Push.
This break with the footy is terrific. This run and carry. Here's Stafford directly out in front. Goes back, measures the kick and doesn't miss. He's got another one. The Redtails asking the big questions, then good.
I'll tell you what, it's a lovely relaxed kicking action too, Matt. Look, that one not too hard. He's only about 30 metres out, but that's where a lot of forwards get the yips. He's just got an action that is as casual as you like, and when he gets on his left, it's just as good as well, the big fella.
I know all too well about yips. I've played with Lindsay Thomas over the last 6 years. But he's had some yips.
He's the yip man, he is indeed.
I make it 4-1-25 for the Redtails, 1-1-7 for St Mary's, just about to enter time on in the opening term.
18 minutes, 18 points the difference here. And what a display of footy we've seen from the Redtails here. And Matt Campbell mentioned it earlier on, a bit like the Tiwi Bombers when we saw them early in the season over the last few seasons. They get their confidence. They're very hard to pull back in, and they've got their confidence, the Redtails here. Tap out of the middle, ball left there, no one able to get a clear possession from it. Some hard tackling on their player, ball to the ground there.
Get around it, boys, get around him!
Is it? From the pack there.
Hovering around the edges of it.
Could be
Little
anchors.
anchors.
Anchors indeed. Stand.
Well, St Mary's trying to get it out from the centre clearance. Good pressure up from the Redtails. Bradley Turner ended up with the footy. Just slammed it onto the boot and sent it wide to the half-forward flank and then took off in pursuit of it himself. He's picked it up just inside the boundary line. 2 possessions in a row to Bradley Turner. Managed to get the handball off. The kick will go inside 50. Good punch away from behind by the St Mary's defence. They should be able to gather on that defensive 50-metre line now. And the kick out to the wing was a pretty good one. Mark's been taken out there and they should continue to move the ball forward. That one was partly smothered, so they tried to get it on quickly and it came unstuck. Shane Dixon comes in to put some pressure on for the Redtails. Quick kick forward there for the St Mary's side by Carl Load. He's bounced it inside the attacking 50 out wide to the boundary line. The Redtails defence gets across and sees the ball over the boundary line. We'll get a boundary throw in about 45 metres around from the St Mary's goal.
I think St Mary's just probably need their seasoned players, Malaysia, Carl Lowe, to stay their hands on it.
Yeah, Malaysia hasn't touched it much. There's a couple of little feels at it. Here's the tap down. They wait on the outside of that ruck contest, the Redtails, so they've done it very cleverly. They go over the top of the footy down there, and the umpire is going to what? Let play go on. That was the point in the end. Rush through full behind.
Big wave, big push and shove.
Go on! Go on!
They're just playing on quickly. Inside the boundary line, short passes outside the defensive 50. Just starting to slowly control the possessions, Gareth Renfrey. He racks them up in local football. He's kicked to the wing. He's looking for Ryan Mallard. Couldn't get to the contest. Ball over the boundary line.
Gareth is absolutely
right.
Can we bring him off?
Right in front of
Certainly showing
Guys, we've walked Gareth off.
having played for some time.
Reggie up forward. We put Swaney into the guts.
Redtails playing with plenty of confidence here. Here's the tackling straight to Riley. Got the handball away, was cleverly done. Back to the hands of Thunderwatch. Just good body strength got himself away. Couldn't pick it up. Takes a short pose at the fall of the ball. And then onto the right boot they can go. Here's Shannon Rioli to the pocket. Measured it well. Nice looking kick. And St Mary's have it in the hands of McFarlane. Hard up against the boundary line. Walks back over the 50-metre line. Saints desperately need a goal here. Stan has it at 4 goals 1. Stan at 1 goal 2. Saints need the goal. McFarlane, great leader for this club. About sitting in the background there watching. He starts the journey. Crosses 50. Gets onto the right boot, loads up, kicks it goal, floats it right to the goal line. That's a magnificent kick. And McFarlane delivers when Saints asked him to and gets their second goal of the quarter. 4 goals 2. 4 goals straight, 4 goals 1, Stan, is it?
Yep.
To 2 goals 2.
I'm just wondering if he listened to what we said before the game. We've got to aim out towards that right post here at Traeger Park, and it just swung in nicely.
Just that really
Bradley and Reggie on the wings.
obviously a class player.
Just to get some more run out.
They need their experience base to stand up now. McFarlane's the one to do it from the forward line for them in the opening team. He's kicked their only 2 goals. Jeff Miller in the ruck now. Jeff Miller Jr. third in succession. Doing the ruck work here for the Redtails. Get a second go at it after that. Luke Adams comes in, a little handle in Paul Campbell, almost handed that to Bradley McMasters. McMasters, each time the kick went off the side of the boot though, out to the half-forward flank as far as the Redtails are concerned. Thunderwatch there, gets the handball off the hamsters, goes back to Thunderwatch. Under a fair bit of pressure, the kick out wide, out of bounds on the full. There's that pressure, tackling pressure across our forward again, mate.
Yeah, they just sort of
2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes. What's wrong with Carter? Can you just go out and see what's wrong with him, please?
So the ball to be brought back in here by the Redtails, right across the 50-metre line. Linesman stands on the mark, ball in the hands here of Hill for the Redtails. Loads up, he wants that man in the goal square again. He stands at the back, ball knocked to ground. Marys couldn't pick it up. Anstess goes in and gets it in the back pocket. Siren brings it to an end. The quarter belongs to the home team here. I'll get the score with you because I'm not sure what it is exactly. The scoreboard is all over the place.
Yes, I'll go Central Australian Redtails. 4 goals, 1-25 to St Mary's, 2-14. So an 11-point lead at the first change. The Redtails kicked the first goal. St Mary's responded with the very next goal, but then we saw 3 in a row from the Redtails before McFarlane finished off with 1 for St Mary's. Pretty good start. That's probably what the Redtails needed, Matt.
Exactly what they needed. It's a great side, especially at home. Get going early and get the crowd into it. Obviously, the crowd's coming like you've called it. Once again, a great match to support the crowd. He knows the locals. And, yeah, the boys are they're putting on a good show. And hopefully it's
Give the goal kickers up until the first break. Firstly for the Redtails, 2 to Daniel Stafford and 1 each to Thomas Gorry and Vincent Turner. And just the 1 goal kicker for St Mary's. He's got 2 of them, Peter McFarlane. Stafford with 2 goals up there at full forward. He's the obvious go-to man, but we saw the headaches that he can create for the defence too when Gorry chimed in. While they're all looking where's Stafford, Gorry chimes in and takes the mark, and he's capable as well. But it's a good target they have up there, the big fella.
Yeah, he's definitely causing some headaches. I think if he's not marking the contest, and that's what the other guys do.
Match here at Traeger Park. If you missed the scores in the early matches in round 1 of the NTFL competition, Tiwi Bombers over Southern District 15-21 to Southern District 16-11. And Hawthorn will tell you if you kick poorly, you don't win. Well, that's true, except if it's the Tiwi Bombers. They are still able to win even though they kicked it poorly. 15-21 to 6-11. And then Nightcliffe had a big win over the Eagles out at Nightcliffe Oval. The Tigers prevailing 18 goals 15 to the Eagles, 7 goals 11. Tomorrow, Banks take on Waratahs. The game's played at Gardens Oval. Looking forward to that. And Palmerston and Darwin face out at Palmerston. Score updates on ABC Local Radio tomorrow.
I've sure got a bit of interest in the Banks.
Of course, your old team. I forgot about you.
Banks
You're an old Bulldog.
As well.
There they are.
Life member of the mighty Banks Bulldogs. Tell you what, they got the easiest part of the draw with the 2 teams coming in. I think nearly all the top 4 sides for the Redtails. Against St Mary's, Nightcliffe, Tiwi Bombers, maybe Palmerston on one side that didn't make the finals last year. It's interesting to see Banks up there. I thought they would enjoy their comfort slowly in the old NTFL in Division 1.
No, they've got bigger fish to fry. And in fact, we're hearing they've got quite a number of recruits and playing some big names. Let's see if they're going to be using them tomorrow. 4-1 to 2-2 here. The Redtails leading St Mary's, and we're hoping Brendan Phelan, who's on the boundary for us, is down there and can get a word from at least 1 or 2 of the 2 coaches down there. You can see Sean Cusack down there. The teams are broken up. St Mary's in a huddle off to our right. The Redtails not so. They're broken up into their lines, I guess, or their defenders and forwards and midfield.
Certainly have been good to see Darryl White out there addressing one of those groups as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's good to
just a little sideline too, you'll notice one CAFL Redtail jumper is long sleeve Charlie. That was ordered for Darryl White, of course he always likes the long sleeve jumper. It's been handed over to his brother, Ryan Mallow.
Oh, okay. That's how it all works. There's an interesting story when Darryl White looked like he was playing for the Tiwi Bombers early last year, and then the Tiwi Bombers bought him against Burns, and then he went off to play for St Mary's. I don't know where the jumper is. It'll be a collector's item, wouldn't it?
Never worn?
No, never worn. Intended for. If you just joined us, we're at Traeger Park here in this launch of the NTFL season. It's the Redtails from Central Australia taking on St Mary's, and the Redtails holding sway at quarter time. 4 goals, 1 to Saints 2-2.
Tell you what, we've certainly got a crowd here now too that the game is worthy of drawing. It certainly built up from the start, only about 10 or 15 minutes out, Charlie. It was looking a little bit grim, but covered with the flood and people up and down. Might get a you can still get your cars in here at Traeger Park.
That's a great thing, isn't it? I've actually been here playing footy at one of the other radio stations. I've walked around the boundary there and people are actually standing at their car with the door open and the wireless on, watching and listening to you.
And hurling out abuse right across the ground every
Jason,
time.
we have a quick word?
Yeah, quick. 4-1 to 2-2.
One sec.
Redtails leading St Mary's here. What does St Mary's have to do from this point on?
Sorry.
Let's just work their way back into the game.
Yeah, I think they just need their key players.
Charlie.
Like I stated before, I'm not sure if it's attacking movement or just working against it.
Let's see if we can
No, okay, see, man.
down to Brendan Field. Brendan.
So we've just lost Jason Cotter, but I did hear him saying that he really needed to see another intense 30 minutes. He's really looking for a lot of more intensity, but I'm afraid he's just disappeared back inside the change rooms. Very clear though that the Redtails, have got a very different style there. They've broken up into their own little groups, and Darryl White doing a lot of intense looking tip making there amongst some of their players.
About to get underway here. Lights on, shining brightly, overlooks terrific. Darryl White down in front of us. Looks like he's got quite a limp as he lets him play off the ground. He said he might drop in at half time. Apparently have a bit of a chat with that. Vic Ludwig as well, next to him. Scored from St Mary's many years ago. A little bit of push and shove going on out here on the wing.
So here's Reggie Smith, Redtails player involved, and Leroy Larson, and the umpire's paid a free kick for that as the siren sounds. I reckon he paid it before the siren sounded. Darren Young goes along with that free kick, deep into attack for the Redtails. Ball fisted away on the attacking 50-metre line. Crumbs gathered by A-Bank, it's through one tackle, caught in the next, holding the ball. He did have an opportunity before the second tackle. So the free kick will go to Thunderwatch on the defensive 50 for St Mary's. Goes long and up the wing. He might have shanked that one a little bit, didn't get anywhere near an intended target. Now a few in over the top. Renfrey holds it up, and we will get a ball up. It's good to see.
Here's the tap out of the middle, and a chance here gathered in this time by McMaster's. McMaster's got it out a little bit wider. Saints get across and cut it off. Thunderwatch involved with it. Long handball out now. Saints to chip it out towards the wing. The kick didn't go 15 metres, left on the ground. Saints get in there to try and pick it up. Umpire pays a free kick. It's going to go to Carl Lowe. He wanted it more than anyone else. Back into the wing, standing on the mark is Gibson Turner. For St Mary's he goes, loaded with the kick. McFarlane, the big climb, couldn't get to it. The hand came over the back, knocked it back towards the boundary line. Lavastida gets to the footy, couldn't pick it up. Wilson goes in with the assist. He's caught in a tackle and goes to ground. Umpire Ben Smith says, I'll ball it up. 4 goals, 1 to 2-2. And St Mary's looking for an early goal in this second quarter. Smith with the tap now. Tries to get it off to, might have been Rioli down there. Pat comes over the top. The umpire's going to go in and ball it up again. In fact, it might have been Holland down there. Here's the knockout. They spin towards the boundary line, a little push out over the boundary line, but they'll throw it.
Bit of a stalemate here on the half-forward flank. St Mary's trying to get the ball into attack. The Redtails leading 4-1-25 to 2-2-14. 2 minutes gone, second term. Whistle's gone there before the boundary throw in. Free kick off the footy, up by Ben Schmidt standing right next to him. It was about 10 or 15 metres back. St Mary's getting the free kick back there. Just wondering if maybe they should have got it where the boundary throw in was. It was a little bit further forward. Taking it is Leroy Larson. He goes long and direct. Another whistle over the mark, and now 50-metre penalty. And I think you just heard a irate Redtail spectator down there giving the umpire a little bit of advice.
Well, they did give it away, really. The Redtails there. And so a chance here now for St Mary's. Farland with the footy.
He'll have to hand that over.
He has handing it over. He give it to Larson. So Larson from almost directly out in front. Iggy Vallejo, the only one running into the goal square. He doesn't need him though. And Larson goes through and kicks the goal for St Mary's. And the goal, the courtesy of a free kick away from the action, and then a 50-metre penalty. So St Mary's take it up to 3 goals 2. Redtails 4-1.
Yeah, just the giving away a few frees there. Gibson Turner, I think he's got down here for 6. Just all the hard work they've done in the first quarter. Appreciate the start of this quarter.
wasn't it? They didn't really have to work hard at all to get that one. St Mary's gifted to them.
Yeah, just a bit of motion, I think. This
3.5 minutes gone at second term. NTFL action from Traeger Park. Sounds fantastic saying that. Traeger Park, the centre of Australian football, certainly is tonight. Great crowd here too to watch the CAFC Redtails in their NTFL debut. Big Ryan Smith, the ruckman for St Mary's, tries to get the handball out of the centre. The ball toe poked out towards the wing. Reggie Smith, good play. Got the handball off to Gareth Renfrey. Renfrey pumps it long deep into attack over the back of the pack. Stafford after the footy, goes for the left-footed soccer off the ground and rolls past the point post. Might just stay in play, it does. But now St Mary's able to link up with handball, and Luke Stapleton will clear with the short pass to Lode, who's marked it on the defensive 50. Gee, Lode didn't take any time getting it forward either. Nice long kick to big Ryan Smith, who plays on with the little handball over the top. And St Mary's are doing this nicely. Another little handball in more. Justin Wilson now with the footy, but his kick inside 50 doesn't find the target.
Running hard at it was Coombs there. He didn't get it. And now chance for the Redtails to get out of trouble. They have it at half-back. A handball was a bit of a speculator, but they still were able to get it clear of the St Mary's players. And now they've got the run through the middle of the Redtails. Onto the bike they get. Kick out wide there. Might have been Malcolm. Kicked it out wide, and the mark taken out there for the Redtails by... would have been Gorey. Thomas Gorey sets it down to the forward line. Ball goes to ground. Picked up here by St Mary's. They can get it out. Jumping kick out towards the wing. It's a rolling ball, but only the Redtails there. Pressure's going to come back. Here's Charlie Marr, little kick to he in the long sleeves, diving out in front of me. Roy makes a slips catch and makes a very good mark, and that's Ryan Mallard.
I'll tell you what, he just got those sleeves under it as well. Need a little bit of grass there. He's sending it up to centre half forward. Jack Avery's come down from his defensive position to take the mark here. Now Avery goes along to the goal square. Stafford one-on-one in the front position. Was he held? No. Big fist away by the St Mary's defence. Crunch to Abe Ankers. Handball off. Snap around the goal, round the body. It's a goal for Central Australia. And it might have been kicked as a Jeff O'Miller or Swaney Hill. Stafford again.
Stafford again, I reckon.
Another big fella.
The contest that he made, and he obviously
And it is Stafford. He's got 3. Just shows the agility that he's got when it does hit the ground as well. He attracts him to a marking contest. He's strong overhead, but when he hits the deck, he's agile.
I've just noticed the last 2 years, so I've made a contest, but the first one there was no forward ball. That one they had a forward ball and they got a goal.
Aidan Hill with the job on him. They stay with that, do you think, Matty?
I played Aidan around 18s back when we came through, and he's a very good defender, so I think the coach will be confident with him.
Ball up in the middle. Smith goes for the ruck work. Wilson goes to ground, got hit in a pretty heavy tackle, went to ground. In there was Musgrove as well. Kick up towards the half-forward line for St Mary's. They run very hard at the footy. Here's Shannon Rioli onto the right boot. Goes for goal. That's a magnificent kick. Curls it down the body. And just some of the magic of Shannon Rioli. He unloaded that inside 50 and kicked a terrific goal. The responding goal came in less than a minute.
Gee, fantastic to see some Rioli magic down here in Central Australia.
Yeah, we've had enough of the highlights in the AFL from Shannon's cousin Cyril. He's the only good week out. So they'll be looking for Shannon to do that kind of stuff here tonight.
Great answer too from St Mary's. They silenced the crowd. The score, CAFC Redtails 5-1-31. St Mary's 4-2-26. The margin only 5 points.
So we're trusting the scoreboard now, Stan?
Hopefully. Lost it a little bit since quarter time. Haven't kept us close at tab. 7 minutes gone, second term, and a very even contest developing now in this second quarter. Back in the middle for the ruck contest. Jeff Miller into the ruck. Nice leap. Got hands on it too. Sent it at least in the Redtails direction. St Mary's got hands on it first. All right, Mallard just a little bit clumsy with the tackle there. Into the back of his opponent. Free kick will go to Jack Musgrove. Played on, little handball. Now the long kick for St Mary's. Up towards their attacking 50. Looking for McFarlane in the marking contest again. Good effort, Caleb Hart, to get a fist on the footy. Brought it to ground. Rioli in after the footy again, trying to toe poke it to his own advantage. Gee, that was clumsy. I thought the red tail player might have got a free kick in the back. Rioli receives a handball from Lidgerwood. Rioli centering up top of the goal square. Great punch from behind by Shane Dixon. He sends the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. He is a supreme defender, this fella, Shane Dixon.
Yeah, just Shannon Rioli there again, just the class of brilliance and just
throw in here alongside the behind post. Saints coming back hard here. They trailed at quarter time. They kicked the goal here. It's 2 goals in this second term. And they're 4 goals, 2 now to 5-1. Ball pushed out towards the boundary line. Here's the man running harder to Josh Heath, ducked his head as he got a free kick out of it. He did. He's lucky to get away with that. Head went down as he got tackled. Still getting the free kick. Matt?
Yeah, well, I don't think he actually had to duck there. He's not much help. I can't speak for myself, but yeah, just a clumsy tackle. He's got to lower the hips.
He's got that short wheelbase build, hasn't he?
Here's Heath. Goes for goal from the pocket, misses to the near side, kicks it behind. So St Mary's add that to their score. A little wayward in their kicking at the moment. So 5 goals, 1 plays 4 goals, 3. I reckon stand with about 9 minutes gone in the second term.
St Mary's doing well here. They've taken the crowd out of the game, and the Redtails can't get any run going at the moment. Long kick in from Pryor, but that's been cut off about 60 out from goal by Anstis. Played on quickly, the delivery inside 50, taken on the bounce by Givalajo. Oh, slick hands from him, off to the teammate, into the open goal. Mark McLean puts it through for St Mary's. Great play. They really have taken the crowd out of it now with a couple of goals in succession. And they've taken the lead, 5-3-33 to the Redtails, 5-1-31.
You just to see this, some of their senior players there, and obviously Mark first season across the St Mary's, I believe, and good for him to get out starting into the game.
Saints just finding their way now, aren't they? They're getting the St Mary's game going. A little rusty earlier on. It's taken them a quarter and a little bit to find their way, but they've really come back hard here at the Redtails. Centre bounce important. Plenty of wins out of the middle for the Redtails. They're not getting the kick clear. They do it again now with a hurry kick up towards the half-forward line. Reach from the back wasn't good enough. Ball went to ground, gave away the free kick. It's going to be
Spread, Moses, spread!
at centre half back. It's a true centre half back.
Keep going!
Saints will do this all day. Chip it around, look for a target upfield. That's a good kick. Nice mark taken out there by Coombs.
Go Coombsy.
Mikey Coombs. Good punch from the back. Ball goes to ground. Stack goes over the top. They come away with it. That's Josh Heath. He got free and got a backup player. Kicked down towards the half-forward line. All free down there. And he got hit after. He's going to get some meterage. No, he's Mr. Courageous, this man. Justin Wilson directly out in front. Journey not beyond him. The Redtails have lost their way here. St Mary's 5-3 to 5-1. Ball in the hands of Justin Wilson. Goes down, the socks up, gets himself all okay. He'll cross 50 as he runs in. He's all but directly in front. A little bit of a stutter, then gets on the right boot. Punches at goal, took a long time, missed it out to the right. Sometimes, Matt Campbell, if you take too long, you miss it. Kick it in a hurry, I reckon.
Yeah, Lindsay Thomas takes too long. He seems to miss a lot.
St Mary's peppering the goals, not getting the full reward in the second quarter. Jeff Miller from the kick in, big punch away from behind to prevent the St Mary's mark. There's a handball away by Jack Long. It's been picked up by Kevin Tunderwatch. Dishes the handball back out wide, back to Jack Long. The second one got him. Free kick to Gibson Turner, holding the ball on the half-back flank for the Redtails.
You mentioned Jack Long. I think Bruno Long's back in the St Mary's clubhouse. It was his 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Bruno.
Cheerio to Bruno Long, what a great footballer he was, and 6 of his brothers. Gibson Turner kicks towards half-forward flank now. Ryan Mallard front position, got good purchase on it, couldn't complete the mark. Stafford came into the action. Luke Adams there, gets the handball out to Gareth Remfrey, pops it over the top. Charlie Marr Jr. to run onto it, gets the shepherd he wants, onto the left boot, but the kick's wide. Or might still be a chance here for the Redtails. Big Stafford around the football. They've held on to him. He didn't have it. The umpire's called play on. And St Mary's will clear with a short pass out to Tunderwatch, who marks in the back pocket.
Tunderwatch comes from the back pocket. High kick up towards the wing, just short of all Redtails there. And a terrific mark, courageous mark. Reggie Smith parked under the footy. Has it forward of the wing. He's out on the grandstand side at Traeger Park. Steps easily around Larson. Gets onto the right boot. Puts it inside 50. The big man Stafford went for it. Snaff came out of the pack. Rolling ball down towards the goal line. Mikey Coombs got back there for the Saints and carried it through from behind.
Point on the board. Redtails move on to 5-2-32. They're 2 points behind from the kick in. It might go straight back towards the Redtails goal. Ryan Mallard has it. Kicks it inside 50. No, whistle's gone. I reckon he was over the line when he got the kick away.
Just started to lift their intensity a bit more. The Redtails started very slowly, but just started to pick up the last 2 or 3 minutes.
13 minutes gone, second term. Notice Daniel Stafford just a little bit ginger down now, fully forward after that last contest, limping around, holding the knee. not a good sign for the Redtails because he's kicked 3 of their goals. There's a quick snap out of the congestions. Gareth Renfrey towards Stafford. Couldn't mark. Soccer off the ground. There's through for a point. It's only about 2 metres out. Would have been hard to miss that one. 1 point the difference in favour of St Mary's.
3 goals to 1, St Mary's in this quarter.
Tell Chaz first.
1 to 2-2 at quarter time, currently leading by a point of 10 set by 13 minutes. Work to do. Put the ball in front of him. Went down, picked it up pretty well. Handball around the body, gave it to Lidgerwood. Lidgerwood cleverly to Wilson on the run through. Back to Lidgerwood. They have it on the wing. The Saints building from here. Kick was out a little bit wide. Made it pretty hard for the worker down there by Labastida. Gave it back to Lidgerwood. Kicked it across there to Redtails and smacked it over the boundary line. Who was that masked man?
Caleb Hart.
Yeah, it's a very good spoil. Lefties maybe on.
McFarlane.
We played a little bit of NTFL football for Nightcliff too a year or 2 back. Caleb Hart plays for South in the CAFL. Boundary throw in deep in attack for St Mary's. Snap forward around the body from Justin Wilson. And his teammate playing in the front position is going to be rewarded. Shot a goal coming up for St Mary's from deep in the forward pocket. And it's Aaron Pollard. Can kick it only about 20 metres out. That was the advantage of playing in front.
Biggest lead in the match, and he kicks it for St Mary's. Oh, he loaded up, he gave it plenty, he's gone right across the face of goal, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
That was a crowd pleaser then. So the Redtails from deep in defence. Little kick over to Jaden Pryor in the defensive goal square. He goes longer out to the defensive 50-metre line where Jack Avery's taken the mark. Avery, the short pass. Oh, Bradley Turner couldn't take it. Good recovery though. He's got a couple to try and beat. Handball over to Avery. Good run from him, but he's been caught from behind. Just got the tackle away in time. Likewise, Gibson Turner. Great pressure here from St Mary's. They can't get the handball out now. In the back. That was St Mary's free kick on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, good pressure there by both teams.
Here's Musgrove. Up on the half-forward line, kicks it inside 50. McFarlane the target, knocked away, he had 3 to beat. Running hard at the footy and pick it up as Carlo kicks a goal and kicks it behind, hit the post. Really tried to roll that one through, and the result was a behind.
Probably should have done a little bit better. Long kick in for the Redtails is a good one. Got the mark out on the defensive 50-metre line. Reggie Smith with the footy. Offering a few directions there to his teammates further afield, waving his hands all over the place, and then the kick didn't find any of them. It's ended up on the chest of Luke Stapleton for St Mary's. Stapleton indicates to his teammates he's going to go long, and that's exactly what he does. 2-on-1 there for the Redtails, and the big fist from behind from Jaden Pryor sees the footy over the boundary line for a boundary throw. It's developed into a bit of an arm wrestle.
Yes, St Mary's definitely
Don't see that spoiling much in the AFL, Matty, these days, but players get there with a big fist.
Yeah, the third man up normally does that.
Yep.
Another chance for St Mary's here from the clearance. Snap around the body will go right to the goal square. Another good punch away from behind. Trummers everywhere for Saints. A soccer off the ground, and they've got another one. I think it might have been Justin Wilson that got there to kick the goal it was. Well, they certainly know how to keep the crowd out of the game, St Mary's. It's been an excellent second quarter for them. They lead 6-5-41 with the Redtails 5-3-33, 8 points the difference, 17 minutes gone, second team.
Yeah, they say great sides can win anywhere in the side, so
Full wrap of the NTFL matches and a preview with Asti Manakaris during the half-time break. Not that far away, Vic Ludwig, we're hoping to talk to him during half-time. Darryl White as well, all of that here from this match in Alice Springs. Tap down out of the middle. It was Big John Miles, but they can go forward here now, the Redtails, and kick it inside 50. Too many Saints players back there, and they're flooding back into defence. Saints doing it pretty well. Just playing the game on their own terms at the moment. St Mary's in their own pace, aren't they? Kick out to Carl Lowe. He's across half back. He's got a player running across in front. Labastida. He can go short to him if he wants. He's got about 3 options. He picks one of them. And have it out on the wing. And in the middle, there's an option there as well. Clark in there. Jackson Clark. Still by himself in the middle. Now the kick will go to a vacant half-forward line. It's a rolling ball. Hard at it, Wilson. He's a tough player. He got there and gave the handball off to Iggy Vallejo. Chip to the voice around the corner. and curved the kick around. Good play, St Mary's. Had that player running forward at where the ball was, and they were able to chip it. And the player running forward down there might have been Levis. Is that Levis-Tita down there? Or was it Jack Long? I think it's Jack Long. Levis-Tita, in fact, directly out in front.
Well, he certainly should know how to kick a goal at Traeger Park too. He's played a fair bit of footy here over the years.
So Levis-Tita from directly in front. Saints, big quarter from them. 4 goals already in this second term, and restricting the Redtails to just 1. Levis-Tita starts the journey. Crosses 50. And kicks that goal and kicks the goal. It's a good one. Saints have got another one. Big quarter from them. Goal scorers in this quarter for Saints: Shannon Rioli, Leroy Larson, Levis-Tita, Mark McLean and Justin Wilson. Score check here.
At the ruck contest, Darren Young is back in the ruck. Renfrew did the roving, did well. Geez, kick away though under a fair bit of pressure, partly smothered. St Mary's play looked like he was taken high. Shane Dixon trying to bust his way through. Stole it off his teammate Charlie Marr. The handball to Renfrew. Gee, there was a good shepherd in there from Young too. Gave him some time, and the delivery to Thomas Gorey was good. He's got the mark on the half-forward flank. Delivers into the forward pocket, out in front of his federal teammate Abraham Ankers. The little fella slides along on the knees and takes a mark. He'll get up, jump to his feet, and play on with the pass into the pocket, looking for Stafford. He's been beaten, 2 of those boys direct. St Mary's rebounding out of defence with a long kick out to the Todd River side, which will roll over the boundary for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, I just think we're trying to go into Stafford too much.
Yeah.
Obviously, St Mary's is starting to pick up a good side, not pick up enough. They'll get players back.
There were other options down there in the forward line. They went for Stafford and made it almost impossible for him. Ruck work to happen out there. They'll knock it back towards the boundary line. They'll do it all again. So check that score, 7-5 to 5-3. And the NTFL made a decision this year about the time on too, so I'm sure we're getting that lengthy periods of time on, so quarters mightn't run too much past 22 minutes, I thought.
Interesting one. Boundary throw-in. Half-forward flank for the Redtails. In desperate need of a goal just at the moment. Chance here, all fed forward by hands, and now the kick goes long toward the goal square. Stafford direction, Mallard up high from behind it, cleared the pack. Rolled through from behind, the umpire's not going to allow the behind, he's going to pay the free kick against Mallard. So St Mary's end up with it deep in defence. John Anstis with the footy.
So Anstis stands back on the goal line.
They to the ball!
Out which way he goes. Hasn't got much on offer, and now he's going to take a chance and kick it to Tunderwatch. Good position, Kevin Tunderwatch got his hands on it, didn't complete the mark though, forced it towards the boundary line. Good battle from him, went with the handball, tried to link it up with Stapleton, but so they've stolen it of the Redtails and they can go forward with Wheeler. And he coughed it up. St Mary's can run it out now. Cross half back, all in the hands here of Saints with the kick to Iggy Balajo. Came from Stapleton. Iggy Balajo from the wing. Pumps it long. Up towards centre half forward. McFarlane in front position. Got his hands on the footy. Chopping hands, said the umpire. McFarlane draws the free kick 50 metres out. He's going to chip short. Loose checking the Redtails. And they've given it up and the mark's been taken down there by Musgrove. Is it directly out in front? They had a shot from about 35 metres out. So the Redtails no answers, Matty, at the moment.
Yeah, it just looks like the Saints players just starting to find a bit of space up forward, and I'm not sure if it's caused by it's given time, but you're definitely looking at players to free up forward.
Jack Musgrave goes for goal, gives it plenty, and right to the goal line. Umpire calls on the goal umpire to make a decision. One finger up and says it's a behind. So Saints get a behind, and the Redtails to bring it back out.
7 goals, 6-48 St Mary's. The Redtails 5-3-33. That margin at now 15 points. Fryer goes along with the kicking, looking for Darren Young. Smith flew up in front of him and took a very strong overhead mark. Sent it back inside 50. Decides to get the little handball off to Tunderwatch. Now Tunderwatch goes long and deep into attack. McFarlane the target. Got his arms chopped on that occasion too. This time no free kick. Levis-Tita there, missed the target with the handball. Balajo on hands and knees tries to get the handball out for St Mary's. Now Nalcombe with the footy for the Redtails. He's lost it when tackled. The tackling by both sides fierce. Levis-Tita, the handball over to Tunderwatch. Tunderwatch gets around one, kicks it deep inside the attacking 50 for St Mary's. Reggie Smith got back and took a very good overhead mark for the Redtails. And he will ease the pressure. He's certainly building on their defence. He's going to come out to the grandstand side with the kick. It's a nice pass. And Gibson Turner's taken the mark on the chest.
Gibson Turner across half-back. He's tucked away inside defensive 50. Had Charlie Marr for a short time, the window of opportunity. He didn't go there. He went across field instead and gave it off to Malkin. Malkin goes with a rolling ball across the 50-metre line. Saints can run hard out of it. The Redtails win it up towards the wing. Running with the flight of the ball. Stand good mark down there. And this is the player out in the loose all by himself.
Jasper Wheeler, he's kicked 98 goals this year. He's not going to go for goal. He'll center it up. A great pass. Abraham Angus has taken the mark directly out in front of goal. He can shoot from about 25 metres. Gee, Jasper Wheeler probably kicked about 40 or 45 of his goals this year, Charlie, from right where he was then. I reckon he looked up and thought, I'll go for home, but then thought about the team and saw Angus.
Yeah, the Tails obviously the first time they've been able to get out of space this quarter, and just shows every time they do it, they seem to attack.
Abraham Angus to shoot for goal. He needs to finish it off for the Redtails, and he does. He puts it through for his first, their second in this second quarter, and they narrow the margin back to just 9 points. And we've had almost 5 minutes of time on in this second term.
Well, what I was told might not have been true, Stan. But 5 minutes is about going to be the extra time they're playing a quarter. Maybe that's not the case with Alice Springs.
We're just about at that 5-minute mark. We've got the best of the business doing it, mate. The legendary Terry Bell. He's umpired over 1,000 games here in CAFL footy.
He's the timekeeper.
Yep, so you never argue with him.
Never argue. Don't argue with those sorts of people. That's for sure. Ryan Smith to do the rough work here. Closing in on half-time. 7-6 plays 6-3. Late goal there coming from Anchors. The Redtails. No one able to get an effective touch out of the middle. The Saints try to run the ball out. But the Redtails win it now and can chip it up towards their half-forward line. Mallard got to it. Beaten at the back by Anstis. Went to the high kick down towards the wing. Front position for Mary's down there. Stolen from the back. And they've got the loose man and they can run it forward here, the Redtails. Punching kick along the boundary line, knocked towards the boundary line. Anstis getting busy down there. Mallard goes in too. He might get a handball out of this. It didn't get to him. Anstis again doing. He might have thrown the ball there. It's a call from the crowd. They had a case. And the side goes 3-2 and in the first half. Score check here at half time. The Redtails 6-3. Charleston Mary's 7-6. It's the quarter that belonged to St Mary's after the Redtails led 4-1 to 2-2 at quarter time. Some comments from you, Matt, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game.
Yes, St Mary's, they came out for
Sorry. Hey, brother! Hey, brother!
Good ball. Just noticed in those last 5 to 10 minutes too, Reggie Smith looked like he was playing a role across half-back, Matt. Got his hands on a lot of footy, and he was certainly involved with that passage of play. He did get the goal, and probably the next one when he got it up there from deep in defence as well. Good run up half-back for young Reg.
Yeah, he's definitely probably not known for his overhead marking, but he's shown out in times on 2 occasions that he's capable. And just that run, like I said before, when they're able to get out of space and run and use their skills, they're definitely that number 7.
And they certainly know what NTFL footy's about now. These blokes out there with the Redtails jumper on, they probably thought it was all nice and easy at quarter time. Handy lead going into the first break. This is what it's all about. You relax for more than a couple of minutes and your opposition will come back at you.
Yeah, you're down the room, coaches, and it's all about just composing yourself and getting ready to go again.
Now we've got a special guest that's come up to join us at half time. Certainly thank him for his time too. We won't give it too long, so we know we probably want to get back amongst the action downstairs with the Redtails. But Darryl White joins us. How are you, Whitey?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Look, a great start for the Redtails in that first term, but now they know what NTFL football is all about. St Mary's is showing them in the second term.
Yeah, I think we got much more we got to do for us to make a contest start to get it out
and then we're going to talk a bit plastic, so it'll be probably 5 minutes before we go back. Yeah, be the game. Yeah, sure.
Okay. About 15 minutes and we got really back in the game, so they're a good side, and I think they're under up against it there as well. So this is a chance for us to that last goal. hang your hats on, go in there and bring fresh for the guys and see what we come out with the second half.
Many in the grandstand?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah. Because you can't, have an idea.
I think it's a big challenge. Looking at Saints at last 15, I think we got away with a couple of boys like Jasper got out of free space,
so
which he hasn't seen on ball. So he's starting to run over the ground now. But I think it's got to come back to a bit of will, a bit of want and intensity. I think hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah.
These blokes are season campaigners now, but we've just come off the season 2, so we're not.
It's
enjoyable, a little bit more deeper, because he's proved one-on-one he's dangerous, and ground level he's dangerous. I just think if we get a little bit of help around him, I think it'd be good. Referee's been fantastic. The back line's good, but they're all starting to put their hand up now too, but we haven't got no one to go there.
Yeah.
And then look, just have a look at this scene out here at Traeger Park. You're an Alice Springs time break, mate. What does this mean? The crowd's built. We thought it was a little bit grim to start with. Now the cars right around the ground. A great crowd, and we just heard them applauding that team as they walked off the ground.
You'd like to be in empty up here. We've got the commentary we get hard to hear back at home, I suppose, because they're very broken at the moment, which is really good. The ground's in fantastic nick. Looking out there, I think Matty will be biting at the bit, and so am I at the moment, just to get out there, but we've got a point to prove, and I think, if we can just relax a little bit, use the right options, Charlie McAdams starting to run over the ground a little bit better, just give it a bit tighter at the boys. We need to really think that way. I think Matt's brother Paulie come on the second and just had 2 or 3 kicks in a row, and then we sort of got him more quickly. Maybe we've got to look at that a little bit better, give him a bit more time on the ground. Swaney Hill comes on, gives us something different. So I think there's a few things there, but it's a fantastic spectacle at the moment. The ground's a great nick, actually.
Fantastic, probably the only thing wrong with it. It's a cricket pitch in the middle of it. I still don't know why you put something like that on a football oval as fine as this. It's one of the best in the country.
Well, same parameters as the MCG, Matty. Kick a few goals in there, brother. But I think, I think if we can come out and put a good show in the first 15 minutes, they always say the premiership is the third quarter, but I think the first 15 is very crucial for us.
Well, let's get back downstairs in the change rooms there and look, say some good stuff to those blokes who helped you get over the line.
All right, thanks, boys.
There you go, great to have Darryl White on board with us, and look great for those players too that are a part of this team to have, Central Australia's finest footballing product of all time down there involved and giving them advice and some coaching tips for this big game.
Definitely, it was a pleasure just to have him around and his experience and the stuff that he's been through in his career, playing through premiership, so that's the experience that he's given on.
Thanks, Matt, for that. If you've just joined us, it's half-time here in the match at Traeger Park, and St Mary's, who trailed 2 goals 2 to 4 goals 1 at quarter time, came out in that second term and kicked 5 goals to the Redtails 2, and St Mary's whole sway here at half-time, 7 goals 6 to 6 goals 3. We're hoping shortly to catch up with Ashley Manakaris and get a bit of a wrap on today's NTFL matches, those 2 matches played earlier on with wins to the Tiwi Bombers and Nightcliff, and also his thoughts on tomorrow's matches. But Vic Ludwig has dropped in from St Mary's, former president for many, many years, a man who's been involved with St Mary's footy for such a long time, and I'm sure has had some interest in some involvement in football in Central Australia. I can remember seeing him here quite a few times, so he joins us in the boxing stand at the moment.
For many years before my time, Charlie, a lot of St Mary's players used to head down, hit Alice Springs and play CAFL football. Michael Long, of course, won an Everingham medal playing here for Pioneer. I believe Kadji Dunn and Dennis Dunn, probably a couple others that spring to mind readily, that came down and played CAFL footy. So you would have been right across all that, of course. Mr. Ludwig, you wouldn't have let him come down here without knowing what was going on.
Just sitting down to get some experience.
You're hearing us all right there, Vic?
Now we are.
There you are, there we are. We turned you up a bit over there. Good to see you, mate. Welcome to our commentary box here. It's a beautiful sight looking down on Traeger Park here, isn't it, where we are in the stand?
First time I've been here for a long, long time. And very proud this year. But I thought the lights were a problem early.
Yes, so did we.
But they've come good here.
Vic, tell us your history with St Mary's to those people who are listening to us for the first time. You have a history that goes back goodness knows how far. You're not the president of the club now. You're still involved with the club, but you spent how many years as president?
43 or something like that. Around about that. 40 something years. 43 or 44.
Is that a football record? There's got to be.
It is.
No one, there's never been a club that's had a president for that long.
I've got some correspondence. I didn't attend it.
Yeah.
The previous chief minister sent down and got some information from the AFL.
It looks bloody huge.
Not just record presidency in far of lengths of time either, Charlie. It'd be records in far as premierships in those 40 odd years.
How many were there, Vic?
19 in
19.
19, that's the
Yeah.
19
It's an amazing club to walk into. I've been there with you a few times. You walk in and there's just premiership flags as far as you can see. They adorn the walls everywhere. There's premiership cups. There's cups that came from 1920 or something by the look of them. They're just old battered cups sitting in the corner. You can't even read what's on them. But it's an incredible clubhouse. It's a great club with a proud tradition. What is the story of the St Mary's Footy Club? Where's it come from?
You mentioned it's in the genes there, Vic. You've had some fantastic families play for St Mary's over the years. Longs and Riolis. You're making the gene pool even a little bit stronger, aren't you, now by combining Longs and Riolis?
The Duns.
It's like racehorse breeding, isn't it? It's,
You want to have a chat?
Oh, I might as well.
Oh, yeah? Maybe we'll go over this way a bit because they can't see us probably this far away and they need to know.
Oh, no, this is getting worse and worse, eh?
We'll just be quiet.
Vic, I was going to ask you, it's a club, when you look at the club from outside, it looks like
what do you reckon
such
about
a
it?
friendly
How's
club.
it going for you?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It's got a family focus. You visit the clubhouse, you can see kids
So
there.
what's that?
I think
Got
St
women
Mary's.
there and lots of things.
Yeah, they
But a club has to be ruthless as well. I mean, you have to be tough. What's the toughest decision you ever had to make as a president? I'm sure there were tough decisions.
Yeah. This might be close enough. Anyway, you're the expert.
I wish.
You got a slight limp on you. You'd be injured.
I did a hamstring the other day chasing my son. It's just taking a little while to heal up.
That's something like 34.
Yeah.
As a president, though, you're probably blessed in not having to make too many tough decisions, as in sacking unsuccessful coaches, because there really hasn't been any, has
I was
there?
chasing the 15-year-old. No, I had him, but I was trying to push too hard. Yeah. So what's your name? I'm Alex. So 2 is my last name.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
I think
Tell us about KJ Taylor.
Dale.
Yeah, my uncle.
Club. You and him, I mean, what a partnership.
Kenny.
The 2 of you together.
Kenny Satura?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a nickname, Kuncha. But yeah, that's my another uncle.
Yeah. And
Catherine Satura, she's my first cousin.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's my second cousin, really, but because her mother is and my grandfather were brother and sister. So second cousin, yeah. She's my dad's first cousin, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's funny how the generations sort of
Yeah.
aren't even flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did a couple of times on the radio.
Yep.
Singing.
Oh,
She's
okay.
doing
Yeah. I've been out a few
I know, I was
times
supposed to be doing
watching
some meets
her
as well.
gigs and that.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it Davis stage?
Yeah, that's apparently going really well for her, right?
Sounded like a lot.
Yeah, just looking at her Facebook status updates and stuff like that. Yeah, getting on a bit there, so
Just to get the camera and stuff.
Is that how you, I mean, is that the primary
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's a club
It is
that's
now.
had success in every single era that it's existed. But with that period under KJ,
you don't have
Taylor,
mobile
that would
phone
have been
numbers, so you just get Facebook and that's how you meet, catch up with everybody. Yeah.
I'm still on mobile.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Which means depending on coverage.
Yeah, okay.
And I think it probably also included the record run of consecutive victories too, which attracted a fair bit of publicity for the club from right around the country.
Stan and
yeah, they can actually, as well as the team, of course.
yeah, that's it.
But that's not too far out, is it? Look at that.
No,
The
it's
new
only
coach
like
this year, Vic,
4
for
points,
St Mary's, and yeah, looks like
I think it's a 30,
looks like he's off to a pretty
38
good
or
start.
39,
They settled
48.
down after
30,
the
48.
Redtails gave it to him a little bit in the first quarter.
7 goals 6 to 6 goals 3. Gee, my maths is crap.
It's very lush, isn't it?
7 6 is 42, right? Plus 6, 48.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do with yourself in your spare time
39.
these days, Vic? Because
Yeah,
there wouldn't have
okay,
been
so
any spare time
They left
when you
off
were
one of the
president. Any
behinds
spare time was just
the
devoted
Redtails.
straight back to the
Did they?
football
Early in the
club.
first quarter, yeah. They just didn't put it on. I don't know why. Maybe a disadvantage.
Yeah. So you just do sports reporting and just anything?
Yeah, I'm a field reporter.
Oh, okay.
So that generally means filling in for whoever.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Do you,
I mean, like presenting for.
you would have had some great adversaries too amongst the NTFL presidents over the years. Any great characters there that you could remind us of?
Yeah, so I was presenting.
I can remember when Jeff Bender was in the role for Nightcliff, you would have went with earplugs, wouldn't you?
Probably how I got to talk
To Catherine.
Catherine those couple of times. Yeah, it's all a blur now. Yeah. But this was, Yoff? Do you know Yoffa?
Yoffa.
He's like the president.
Big slug there these
does the
days,
Saturday
Sluggo Olsen.
ABC show.
No.
No. Anyway,
And that sort of stability, you
He'll
reckon
be
that's
doing this
important
job right now,
for a football
doesn't
club? It
Oh, is
obviously
he out
seemed to
of
work
town,
for yours.
21st.
A 21st party.
Yeah, even
tonight.
though he's like 55 or something.
Suppose you're 21 once though, eh,
Yeah.
Must be something important.
It probably is, actually. Stood up again.
That's a good thing for me.
And Vic, what's your thoughts on what's been happening, what this is a part of, just the way the NTFL's been expanding over the last few years, having a look at this and bringing the team involved?
Yeah. I'm always out on the road though, so I'm off to Wednesday. I'm going down to Yalara and down to Kings Canyon and stuff like that. So,
So that's Do they do fuel at all? They just do the gas?
No,
We're
just
glad
the
you're here
opportunities.
anyway.
Good to see you, Vic. Always enjoy listening to you.
Must be an intense
Great to have you.
It,
We'll talk some
it
more
is
with
in
you
winter,
once season's over.
just non-stop, because you know the gas
Joining us
heaters
here
and etc.
At Traeger
yeah,
Park.
and more
Let's
people
go
on
and
the
update
road,
the
maybe?
footy today.
And like tourists and stuff, all that sort of stuff. So, with your auto sites and that, so you're constantly just up and down. Like we go as far as Elliot and to Barkley Homestead, we service Tennant Creek and all the other service stations on the way up. We've probably got the majority of all the sites. It can be. We've had 3 deaths in the Origin Company in the last 18 months. We're cracking, on the road, and just apparently there was a gas rig somewhere in Queensland, and something went really wrong, and 2 blokes ended up getting killed out of it, and they were contractors for Origin. So. It's always in the back of your head, but you don't let it, up buddy. So you're not thinking about it all the time. You just got to be careful and cautious, like when you're filling, make sure people are not walking past with cigarettes or stuff like that. If they do, just shut it all down and say, look, don't come over here with that. Because this is an ignition source.
Smoking's bad for you too.
Well, it is. It'll blast all up to Kingdom Come.
Do you smoke?
No.
Is it because you can tell?
No, I just don't like it. Never smoked in my life. I just found it was disgusting.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for that, Ash. We'll get score updates from you tomorrow. Those matches decided today.
Yes, very quickly, Charlie. Unfortunately, there was one report that Wanderers player Paul Grant actually earned the dubious honour of being the first player reported this season as a 17
pretend they never smoked.
And just very quickly, Nightcliffe has uncovered forward Luke
I can say that though, but because I don't smoke, I can tell
All right, mate. Good on you. Thanks for that, Ash.
Can't say,
Samantha Karras joining us from Darwin, updating those scores today. TV Bombers over Southern Districts 15-21 to the Crocodiles 16-11, and Nightcliffe 18-15. Dispatch with Wanderers out at Nightcliffe 7 goals. Most of those in those results.
Matt Campbell is back with us, Charlie. He took the opportunity when we were having a chat with Vic Ludwig to duck down to the chain rooms, Matt, and you're pretty excited. You want to get out there yourself now.
And it's on the World No Smoking Day. And there's a couple of Congress teams. If they're World No Smoking Day, smoke for Rego.
And having a cigarette.
I guess a good sign for them momentum-wise was that goal they got just before half-time.
Especially when you brought up
go in, even though you look at the scoreboard and you might be behind. Getting that last goal, you can go into the chain room.
Especially in large families too, like around.
Good on you, Matt. Thanks for that. And standards. Just see if we can catch
majority
up
of people
with
probably
Brendan
smoke.
Phelan. He's wandering around down there. I don't know if he's got anyone with him. Brendan.
G'day there, Charlie. Yeah, as we were saying before, that crowd has really started to fill up. Alice Springs has decided to turn up for this game, and someone who's turned up is Ali. And Ali, you're saying that you're a bit of a Redtail supporter?
Yeah, I am actually. A couple of boys there are from my local club, so I come down and support them.
Yeah. Who's that?
Charlie Ma, Swaney Hill, Caleb Hart, Reggie Smith, and Tyson Cumbly.
How do you feel about that first half?
Yeah, it was good. It was good footy actually. It was all about possessions. So, and I think St Mary's just kind of stepped it up in that last quarter then.
Yeah.
And they got going. So to see how Elm will come back from that.
What do you reckon Redtails need to do?
I think we need to man up a little bit more and a bit more running this time. And a few more goals on the scoreboard would be good.
Are you pleased with the way they pulled it off so far?
Yeah, everything's great. I'm very happy, and we'll just see how we go.
Good one. Well, it looks like we're about to get started.
Good on you, Brendan. Thanks for that. Yeah, it is underway here. So Saints by 9 points stand to pick it up at the start of this third quarter.
Yeah, the Redtails got the first kick forward, but a free kick's been picked out to St Mary's. Player held ball not in possession. They'll get it inside the defensive 50.
No worries.
Brendan was talking to. We'll know what he's talking about too, Charlie. I reckon that was Ali Sator.
Yeah.
South Premiership player, also won the country competition medal here in about 1998, I reckon.
Bit of a famous name, the Satours in Alice Springs.
Certainly is. Used to do a bit of footy calling with the great Clary Sator as well. Not a great footballer, great bloke on radio. Mark on the wing for St Mary's, taken by Shannon Riol, and he plays on around the man on the mark. Might have run himself into a little bit of stride there. Good pressure here from the Redtails. He ducked into the tackle. What's the umpire going to call here? The umpire not in charge, about 60 metres away, has called it high. He dived in over the top of it. I didn't think there was much in it. The little handball off now to Mark McLean, and Saints go deep into attack. Inside the attacking 50, looking for McFarlane. Had the footy fisted away. Gee, some pace there from Bader now. Can left the footy behind. Abe Ankers picks it up for the Redtails, slams it onto the boot and gets it over the boundary line about 60 metres out from the St Mary's goal.
You see that pressure straight there again. Intensity of the game. St Mary's
Bradley Turner was there to run onto that ball, but it eluded him, went over the boundary line. Footy from Traeger Park on 105.7 ABC Darwin, 783 in Alice Springs. We'll be bringing you a footy match every Saturday afternoon. Dominic McCormack joining us, Ash Manakaros, Michael Bowden, part of our team as well, and Natasha Medbury each Saturday. Stan Pitt, we wish you were there as well, but you're here in Alice Springs. There's many more games in Alice Springs. We'll come down and talk to you here. Little handball came out, Carl Load. Kicked forward this time over the top, Justin Wilson. Down towards the 50-metre line, but they've cut it off the Redtails. Caleb Hart has it. The runner, the marathon man, dumps it up towards the centre of the ground. Long kick. Here they are on the break. Through the middle they go. Front position, ball slipped through. So Mary's weighed out the back for it. And they can use the handball and link it up through Mikey Coombs. He got caught in a tackle and went to ground with it. Redtails trying to get free with it now, not able to get free. Coombs gets it, knocked away. Gee, some tough play earlier on. Handball came out to Load. Load went across to Thunderwatch. Thunderwatch with a kick up towards the wing. The push out, cleverly done. He got rid of Campbell that time and he got onto the right boot and speared it into the forward line. Iggy Vallejo takes it at knee level. And he'll have a shot from 45 metres. He's got a runner going forward. Loose checking. So Mary's ran down into the hole. And they can have a shot from directly out of front. Out in front might be Lavastida again.
Little lab assistant, former West Alice footballer, but gee, that was good play by Wilson. He managed to just body your brother out of the road.
You don't want to bag the younger brother. You just got to. Obviously, the smart player just to Mary's always come to the right.
You can talk to the bro tonight and tell him how to get out of that one. Here's Lavastida, important goal here. One that the Redtails really don't want to concede. Lavastida goes for goal. He's happy with it. He made the goal umpire work a little bit. Not enough to change it to a point though. And they've got 8 now, St Mary's. 8 goals, 6-6-3. And they hold a pretty commanding lead here.
Darryl White, he just stepped out to the boundary line. The player over there on the shot and scored some instructions. So we'll see Whitey's out at the end of the game.
Eight goals, 654 St Mary's, 6-3-39 the CAFC Redtails. Almost 4 minutes gone in the third term. They get the football back into the centre. Ryan Smith for the ruck work for St Mary's up against Jeff Miller Jr. for the CAFC Redtails. Miller's done all right when he's come into the ruck, and he had the better of that contest too. Got it down towards Gareth Renfrey. He just couldn't hold on. Now the centre clearance off the boot of Mark McLean for St Mary's, but Shane Dixon, good body work in the marking contest, has taken the grab, and he'll clear for the Redtails. Went wide out in the grandstand side, half-back flank. Clever mark taken by Bradley Turner. Slid on his backside and took the grab on the chest. Kick towards the wing, looking for Swaney Hill. Had the holding the ball to decision. Abe Ankers gets it, half-back flank, grandstand side of the ground for the Redtails.
Like that, Justin Wilson, I can tell you. He stands on the mark on the back. And the play on now, kick straight into the ground. A whole lot of them. Every one of them. I know exactly what was going on there. So ball in the hands here of Abraham Ankers, kicked goal in the second term. His team needs something here. He's a long way out, too far to score. If he goes short, it's a man to have to work very hard, sliding across the ground. And the mark is taken there by Gorey. Thomas Gorey. I think he kicked the first goal of the match. Gets onto the right boot. Crowded forward line down here. Stafford went looking for it. His recovery was pretty good. His second effort was good. Now he's third. He chased it along the boundary line and he got it. And then he went with a handball over the top. He might get it back again. They went to him again. Stafford magnificent in all of that. He's still involved in the play. If they kick a goal here, the Redtails, they can thank Stafford. And they're not going to because the kick went across the face of goal and went through for a behind. You talk about a player's second effort. Well, he put in about 4 or 5 that time.
Terrific from the big bloke. Myself and Matt Campbell nearly got excited then. Your old teammate and my nephew.
Yeah, good play on one look. Adams almost got one there.
A little bit of a stoppage here. We've got a St Mary's player taking a while to get up and a bit of a limp too, and some assistance from the trainer, so might take one out of the equation. Meanwhile, St Mary's will bring the ball back into play with a short kick. We've got it on the defensive goal square. Oh no, I don't think that's play. I think they've just swapped it over, and we're still waiting for the kick in as the St Mary's player limps to the side. Now the short kick, pretty well up the middle for St Mary's, and the chest mark taken by Carl Load. And he'll give it back to the player who gave it to him, Shannon Rioli, who goes long and direct right into the centre, looking for Henry Labastida. He ran underneath it. At the back of the marking contest, Jaden Pryor, the big fella, the handball out wide to Baden. Now can normally a lovely pass. There's a little bullet out to Abe Ankers, who's taken the mark on the half forward flank. Getting a bit of footy here. The kick will go just inside 50. And the Redtails have got a mark. Thomas Gorey's got it.
They're looking good here, the Tails, aren't they?
Yeah, they come out firing in. Like I said, it's a correction quarter, they've got to do something to score.
Well, they call him Doogie, Thomas Gorey. Does know how to kick a goal too. He got more than 50 this year in the local season. He was the leading goal kicker in the Premier Division, playing for the Federal Football Club.
Yeah, we'll just stand and wait on this quick, and we'll see if we can get down to Brendan and find out who that St Mary's player is.
Kick right. Daniel Stafford has taken an absolute screamer in the goal square. Sat up on his opponent's shoulders, took it full strength, come down and hit the earth hard, and the crowd love that one. Ho, ho, ho.
I saw it and I don't believe it.
It's incredible that a man that size can get up and do that. He should kick this. Point blank range, pokes it through. That'll be a team lifted for the Redtails. They narrow the margin back to less than one straight kick.
I doubt I've seen a better mark than that. That was a magnificent mark. He got up on the shoulders of the defenders. A big man, he just hung there and took a magnificent mark.
Wow. He's got 4, Matty.
Yeah, definitely one of our greatest marks for Traeger. Lockie Ross might have taken the century of Traeger, but that there was right up there.
Let's see if we can get down to Brendan Phelan. See if he managed to see who that St Mary's player was. Brendan, did you see the St Mary's player that walked off? No, didn't do it, Brendan.
He fell over after Stafford's mark.
That's
he
right.
Couldn't believe it.
He's looking for his camera and wondering why he didn't take a photo of it.
Well, if that doesn't lift the Redtails, nothing will. Saints have got a free kick in the middle, be taken by Mark McLean.
Mark McLean onto the right boot, spearing kick wants Wilson. Finds him outside 50. The runner going deep is Lidgerwood. To his left, he doesn't go there. Kicks it to the man on the mark. Got it off to Vallejo. Vallejo onto the right boot, pumps it to the goal square. McFarlane dives at it, couldn't get to it. Rolls away for him through for a minor score. 7-3 plays 8-7. And the Redtails can bring it back into play here.
10 points the difference. 9-minute mark of the third quarter. Jaden Pryor took the mark from the kick in, speared the pass low, and a long way too out to Ryan Mallard, who marked on the half-back flank. To his delivery up to the wing was pretty good as well. So retaining possession, Gibson Turner now with the footy for the Redtails. Another short pass, and he's found Jasper Wheeler, who's marked it in between the wing and the half-forward flank. He'll go short. Precision stuff here. Charlie Mark Jr. took the mark, got around the man on the mark. From 40 out, he goes towards goal. It's wide. Stafford after it. Gets it on the bounce, trying to control the footy. Then he does some shepherding for his teammate. Reggie Smith, kick smothered. It comes back to him. His second kick smothered as well. Over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Footy deep in attack for the Redtails. Great defence, St Mary's there. Smothering effort, fantastic.
Unbelievable. I thought he was unlucky to get a free kick on that. Grab on him, didn't they? Here's the tap down for Saints. Stafford onto it. Kicks across the face of goal. St Mary's chasing towards the boundary line on the far side. And the ball stays in play. Slung back in place. The Saints can relieve some pressure here. Ship it out towards Josh Heath, who takes the mark across half back. Labastida is short for him. He didn't go there though. Went with a long kick. Vallejo involved in all of this. Got away from him. Redtails now have it out on the wing, can bring it back in. This is their chip game. It's working well for them here. Didn't quite hit the target. Saints waited at the back and were able to get it and take the ball forward.
So McFarlane doing some work down in the back half of the field. The kick out towards the wing is a good one for St Mary's. They've got the mark out there. Now just shipping it around. They come back inboard to McFarlane again. He'll go to Justin Wilson. He's been getting a bit of footy in this third quarter for St Mary's. All on his own in the centre of the ground. He marks and goes along deep inside 50. A big push out there. And the umpire's not going to play it. McFarlane's going to be paid the mark. Certainly seemed to be a Redtail defender lurching forward in the marking contest, but McFarlane paid the mark. He'll shoot for goal from about 25, 30 metres out.
Big decision, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon it'll do the side.
Okay.
McFarlane's out. He's seen big stuff in just marks and thoughts he's doing.
Tell you what, he's worked out the breeze here at Traeger Park perfectly, McFarlane. That's the second one he's aimed at the right post and it's just swung in nicely. St Mary's get the answering goal to move their score on to 9-7. The Redtails are 7-3, so 16 points the difference in favour of St Mary's. 11.5 minutes gone, third term.
Earlier today, the Bombers 15-21 beat Southern District 16-11 and Nightcliff beat Wanderers 18-15 to 7-11. Banks and Waratah play tomorrow at Gardens Oval and the game down at Palmerston at home to the Darwin Buffaloes. It's home for the Darwin Buffaloes as well, but that's not their home ground, Stan, that's what I'm trying to say.
Playing away at home.
Got some rivalry going to build out there. Here we go out of the middle, and they win the ball down to St Mary's. They tapped it over to Larson, who's had a pretty good game. Used the kick out towards the wing. Sets a little bit of a task here for St Mary's. They clever work though at the back from Lidgerwood. Lidgerwood again, parked over the top of the footy. Tried to get it free. Onto it goes Turner, couldn't get it. St Mary's had it through low. Brought in the tackle at half forward. Labastida with a stab kick up towards the 50. And the mark taken down there by Shannon Rioli. Rioli at 50. Went long, right to the goal square, pumps it long and pumps it straight through the middle. They stood off him. He thought about passing it off Shannon Rioli and he didn't. He went back and kicked a big goal for Saints. He's got his second for the match.
It's just their star players there, Rioli, Lowe and even Wilson out on the wing. They're just starting to lift and hopefully the Redtails can lift with them.
10-7 to 7-3. St Mary's have kicked 3 goals to 1 in this quarter.
Every time the crowd starts to lift and get behind the Redtails, St Mary's just quieten them down, don't they?
I know exactly how to do it. Some good ruck work happening in the middle there too. Big Miles for St Mary's doing a good job.
He's up against Jeff Miller, and Miles had the better of that one. He's tapped it down. Rioli with his nose over the football, can't pick it up. Hands and knees, big Jeff Miller doing pretty well there. Eventually it does come out for St Mary's and it's there. Ruckman Miles that'll kick it forward and he's kicked it. Miles as well. Deep into attack. Oh, McFarlane up in front. Couldn't take the mark. The crumbs still the Saints' way. Great snap around the body by Carl Lowe and he bounces it through for another one to St Mary's. 3 quick goals and they are applying the pressure now, Matt Campbell.
Yeah, they're definitely getting the ball out of the middle there in Carl Lowe. Justin Wilson, Shannon Rolder's moved in there now, so the coaches have put the good players in there to start looking towards.
Yeah, Wilson's been good, hasn't he, today? And St Mary's down there in that forward line just have players in front of the pack.
Yeah, he's a classy little player. Daryl White says he's definitely quality, so he's shown it tonight.
So Saints kicked some unanswered goals here in a hurry. Peter McFarlane's got 3. Shannon Rioli's got a couple. And 2 to Henry Labastida. 11 goals, 7 to 7-3. They haven't changed the scoreboard yet. Scoreboard of 10 and annoyed with that fact that Saints have kicked those goals. He's not going to put them up. He's now walked over and he's put it up. Ball up in the middle and Miles wins it again. He's tapping pretty well out of here. Hurried kick came out for the Redtails. Bouncing ball out towards the wing. Eludes the St Mary's player in Clark. And the Redtails on the run forward inside 50. That's better play from them. Out wide they have the mark.
About 50 odd out from goal. Thomas Gorey with it. Probably just outside his range here. Left a kick from 55. He's going to give away a bit of ground. Get it over to Abe Ankers. He's now about 65, 70 metres out from goal. A long kick, Ankers. Put it back to where it almost came from. Over to Bradley Turner there now. Meanwhile, Gorey snuck forward. He's received it 40 out from goal. I reckon it was touched off the boot. He's been called to play on and tackled over the boundary line. Now the umpire signalling a throw and the free kick will go to St Mary's in the back pocket.
The reason why the Redtails couldn't get that in there is the St Mary's ruckman dropped out in the hole in front of Stafford, so they couldn't bomb it in for him.
Musgrove, 30 metres in space, gets it in the Back line goes over to Rioli. Shannon Rioli, it's half-back flank, goes to centre half-back with the kick. Gave it to Hill. Hill on a little bit further. Saints building here. The chip game from St Mary's. Gee, they do this well. Few teams can do it as well as St Mary's. They don't cough up possession. They always look after a teammate. Pollard's kick up towards the half-forward line. Almost a chance to turn it over, and they did. St Mary's gave it up that time, and the Redtails can win it and kick it out towards the wing on the far side.
Yeah, lovely kick from Baden now. Can Bradley Turner starting to get a bit of footy. Turner goes looking for Thomas Gorey. That one through his fingers now. He's got 2 defenders to try and beat. And Saints will win with that numbers advantage. Tunderwatch with a long kick out to Heath, who's marked on the Todd Riverside wing. A little bit of sting taken out of the Redtails' tail at the moment. Heath goes long towards the half-forward area. He's looking for McFarlane up with the one hand, couldn't take it. Plenty around there for the Redtails. Running out of defence now, Shane Dixon. Big switch of play over to the grandstand side. Darren Young, how did he get in space out there? The big fella lopes forward, passes to the wing, and the mark's been taken by Jack Avery.
Avery from the ring brings it back into the corridor. Good kick from him, measured off and gave it to Remfrey. Remfrey not sure where to go. He's got him out to the right if he wants to go out there to anchors. He doesn't. He goes longer with the kick. It's all Saints down there.
Oh!
Ryan Smith jumps over the top of his teammate. Big jump over the top. He was heavy too on Musgrave down there. The kick to the goal square. Big man at the back didn't get it. He's got a chance to kick it off the ground. Kenny can't get to it. St Mary's go back and rush it through from behind. Desperate defence from the team in the green and goal. A goal was there for begging for the Redtails. They weren't able to convert.
17 minutes gone. Third term, 11-7 to 7-4.
Yeah, just big Daniel Stafford. Every time the ball goes down, something's going to happen. It's almost like Buddy Franklin. Every time the ball goes to him.
Now St Mary's bringing it out of defence down the grandstand side. Darren Young there. His handball intercepted by big Ryan Smith. He gives the handball over to Wilson. Wilson from the back flank. Kicks long for St Mary's towards the half-forward flank. One-on-one contest here. Jaden Fry for the Redtails, putting pressure on Iggy Balaje. The ball spills out to Mark McLean. McLean onto the right boot towards centre half-forward. Curling footy in the air. Out in front of Little Heath. He's just got to get it over the top. He had McFarlane loose in the goal square, but couldn't get to him. And the cavalry comes to the rescue. Shane Dixon back there for the Redtails. Gets the pass off to Luke Adams. And now Adams with the pass out wide to Paul Campbell.
Campbell with McLean on the mark. He's between the half-back line and the wing on the grandstand side at Traeger Park. 11-7 plays 7-4. Kick is out of bounds on the full. Poor result at the interchange area. They're able to get there as Hill and take the mark.
That'll be 50.
And then he's thrown the ball on the ground. And he's copped up 50 metres, so it's going to come right down to the 50-metre line. And the man who sparks St Mary's, I reckon, is Justin Wilson. He's had plenty of the footy. Matt Campbell, he's got the ball in his hand.
Definitely getting in and under, and he's a smart player. Just that kick down the line, the same way as Ruckman getting back in front of their draw forward, so he's doing very well.
Wilson and Want McFarlane sets it up for him. He's in the best position here at the back, McFarlane, and he takes a very clever mark. It was a good kick. He stood at the back. You've got to have body contact, don't you, when you're a defender down there, and they didn't have it on McFarlane.
Yeah, it's definitely hard for the defender when he's trying to go back and feel for the forward. The forward's always in the box there, but he's looking at the ball.
The Superman gets the post from directly out in front. He can't believe it. He was no more than 10 metres out directly in front, Peter McFarlane. He's kicked it into the post 3/4 of the way up.
So would have I, in my sleep. The kick in from Jaden Pryor. It's going to come straight back in his direction because St Mary's got the mark on the 50 and no one's standing on the mark, so they can get a little bit closer. Long kick, some nudging in the contest there. Pryor in the front position. Crumbs to Valajo. Has a go for goal, but it's been touched. And through for a point. St Mary's forging further ahead. 11-9, 75 to 7-4-46. The kick in for the Redtails has come to Charlie Maher in the back pocket. He gets a little kick around the corner to Paul Campbell. He's got it on the defensive 50-metre line.
Campbell across the centre half back with it. Saints get there a little late. Kick goes out wide off the boot of Dixon. Dixon being a good player. Gets it out towards the wing. Now they've got a loose player here and a loose player up in the forward line. Redtails can build from here. The kick to centre half forward. Second and third effort, not good enough. John Anstess got there, got the clean up and then knocked the ball clear. Handball came over the top in the direction of Clark. Jackson Clark caught in the tackle and lost it. Picked up by Josh Heath with St Mary's. The free kick is given away. And it's going to go to the Redtails. Stand from a long way out. They can build probably 75 metres out from goal.
Some good tackling there. I think that might be Bradley McMasters with the footy. Oh, short one. Too dangerous, looking for Wheeler. Couldn't take the mark. He did manage to get a handball out. Under that much pressure, he couldn't find the target. Oh, Anstis' handles missed the target too. Swooped upon by Swain Hills. He snaps around the body with the right boot. It's just wide. Through for a behind to the Redtails. 7 goals, 5, trailing St Mary's 11-9. Half a minute of time on played in the third quarter. They need to nail them ones.
Just feel like the Redtails probably need to kick one soon just to stay in touch with our
Labastida's got it from the kick in.
Here he goes with the kick. He'll bring it out towards the wing. And the big man reaches up and takes a very strong mark down there for St Mary's. Jonathan Miles goes backwards. Uses the handball, gave it to Tunderwatch, comes off half-back, kicks it up towards the wing. McFarlane at the back, running with the flight of the ball, takes the mark, wheels around onto the right boot, sets it up, Iggy Vallejo with 2 to beat. One stands in front of him, ball bounces, kick off the ground. Don't tell me there's a whistle gone. The kick off the ground was unbelievable from Shannon Rioli. It was from mid-air actually, from about 40 metres out. From mid-air kicked the goal, but meanwhile the whistle had gone. It's a free kick back here to the Redtails, just inside defensive 50.
Technically looking for a 50 myself for the Redtails here, mate. Kicked it after the free.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Campbell gets the free kick for the Redtails. He'll switch play, gets it out to Tyson Carmody now. They'll go down the Todd River side of the ground. He's put that one out in front of Bradley Turner. I'll tell you what, he's picked up a fair bit of footy in this second half. Tricky stuff there to get around the direct opponent. He strolls up the wing and has 3 bounces, and now onto the right boot. He steadies, and his pass forward is a good one. Chest mark's been taken on the half forward flank by Baden Nalkin. He delivers out wide. Got it to Gareth Renfrey. Gets around one from about 48 metres out. Renfrey goes in towards goal. He's kicked it. It's a great goal. The Redtails needed it. And their vice-captain has delivered it. Gareth Renfrey from the Rovers Footy Club.
Just the one the Redtails need to stand, just to get them going. Probably the one that just keeps them in touch until we get time.
So 11 goals, 9 to 8 goals, 5 here. As Renfrey gets that goal, closing in on three-quarter time, 22 minutes gone. Saints led by 9 points at half-time and trailed by 11 points at quarter time. So the battle is still on. Matt, I'm interested in your comments on the way the Redtails go on that far side of the ground. Once they get possession out there, they just about run it all the way down the forward line. Why is that?
When they're one-on-one, they just take their speed, their sort of obviously they dump them up to the middle.
Must be all the South players out there. They love playing that side of the ground over the years, the South Footy Club. Here goes St Mary's out of the middle. They've had the answer every time tonight. Short pass from Labastida to Pollard. Pollard's been called to play on from the centre of the ground. He kicks it long and inside 50. Good body work there by Little Heath to get rid of his direct opponent. Good work by McFarlane. Shrugs off the tackle. Gets the handball away. Shot in towards goal for St Mary's. He's offline. I think it might have been Mark McLean having the ping. Through for one behind. St Mary's move on to 11-10. 76. The Redtails are 8-5, 53, and Jaden Pryor will take the kick in for the home side.
Pryor, not much on offer for him. He's going to have to kick and hope here. Here he comes out towards the grandstand half-back flank, reaching over the top. Not able to take the mark down there was Avery. Trying to get a hand on it that time too was Swain Hill. Pack comes over the top. Pryor holds it up and says, we'll ball it up. So 11 goals, 10 I reckon that is, to 8 goals, 5. Big reach over the top, straight down to Carl Loeb. Handball out to Wilson. Wilson on the right boot. Josh Heath a bit of a chance here, come from a long way back, didn't get to the footy. Ball was left on the ground by St Mary's there. Whistle goes, calling a free kick. He got the ball, the St Mary's player, and then dropped it. I'm pretty sure it's Lavastida, and then got the free kick.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those ones where he knew he was going to get tackled, so he sort of grabbed the possession of the ball when he didn't grab the ball.
Right.
It's those ones where the other guy gets involved.
Is it a fair decision?
I think it is, because obviously they grab it, he's smart enough to know that he's getting tackled, so he lets him know without sort of grabbing the smart players will know.
Lavastida's a smart player. He's kicked a couple, goal in the second, goal in the third. 11-10 to 8-5. He can stretch it even further. Not a bad kick at the foot. He sprays this one off to the left, misses one score. 11-11 now to 8 goals, 5. I think that score is.
Certainly racked up the scoring shots too, St Mary's. 22 to 13 now. Indicating a bit of dominance around the ground. Short kicking into the back pocket's been marked by Jaden Pryor. Big fella normally pumps it long. A bit undecided about what to do here. He's thinking about the switch. I think he's been called to play on. Little Heath comes at him. He steps around the little bloke. And the kick in the end was a pretty good one out to the defensive 50. Luke Adams has taken the mark for the CAFC Redtails.
Now, Saints have flooded over that side to stop stand that run that the Redtails are getting there. So they've switched it back this way.
Come back to Big Pryor. He's taken the mark right on the three-quarter time. So just over 5 minutes of time on in that third term, and at three-quarter time, St Mary's are leading the home side. 11 goals, 11-77 we think it is, to the Redtails. 8 goals, 5-53. Still close enough if they're good enough, the home side, Matty. I think they're showing their professionalism, aren't they, St Mary's? Every time there seems to be something that's working for the Redtails.
Yeah,
Saints work it out. They did it when we were going long to Stafford early on in the game. They worked out how to stop that. And now they've worked out that probably most of the runs coming over on that Gap Road side wing.
So
stop that.
Just check the score then, quarter by quarter. The Redtails led by 11 points at quarter time. Saints, 20-point turnaround, led by 9 points at half time. But they have the biggest lead of the match now. They're out by 24 points. And I want to tell you this, when I was on the plane, Vic Ludwig came up to me and he said, I said, who's going to win it, Vic? And he said, who do you think? And I said, well, I reckon the Redtails a bit of a chance. He said, if St Mary's don't win by more than 24 points, I'll walk back to Darwin. I said, I'll hold you to that. We'll be holding you to that. So they're out to 24 points now. He's probably in the change room telling them what he said. So the margin is 24 points. St Mary's off to our right, getting one player there getting some treatment on the ground. They get in a huddle. We can see the Redtails coming towards us. We will keep an eye on Brendan Phelan down there, because if he can get one of the coaches to hear what he has to face there.
Yeah, look, I've got the goal kickers for you up until three-quarter time. For the Redtails, 4 to Daniel Stafford, and probably one of the best marks we've seen at Traeger Park 2 in that third term. Absolute screamer from the big fella. 1 goal each to Abraham Ankers, Gareth Remfrey, Thomas Gorey and Gibson Turner. And for St Mary's, their go-to man, Peter McFarlane, has kicked 3. 2 each to Shannon Rioli and the trader, Henry Labastida, who does come from Alice Springs, and 1 apiece for Justin Wilson, Mark McLean, Leroy Larson and Carl Lowe.
Give us your better players, Matt, up to this point, first of all, for St Mary's.
Justin Wilson has just been a class getting in and under and winning some of those hard balls. Also, Henry Labastida is some class around goals. I think Carl Lowe started to find a bit of balls and Shannon Rioli just showing the name that he has. It's just a class and skill. For the Redtails, Daniel Stafford obviously providing the contest up forward.
Very important, mate. Be smart. If you can't get back with man, you push back. So we can create.
Where are Saints winning this game?
Numbers back.
I just think inside, just the bigger bodies. They're able to get the ball. They're good players. Justin Wilson, they're getting in there. I think McFarlane's causing some havoc, just like
been gallant here, the Redtails, in front of an adoring crowd here, I must say, at Traeger Park. Got a quarter left in this match. It's just been good to be down here. It's hard not to be a spectator when you're down at such a beautiful setting up in the grandstand. And the cars are all parked around the ground.
Who would have thought, Matt, I mean, you grew up here, I've been here for 15 years, who would have thought we'd see a site like this at this time of the year? It's unbelievable. And a big crowd of 3.
Were you born here, Matt?
No, I was actually born in Darwin.
Okay, but your family lived here when you were...
pretty much spent my whole life in Alice Springs. I think it was only in Darwin on holidays. I decided to enter the world. So you guys come about.
And your journey into the AFL, tell us about that.
Oh, it's been I suppose a long journey, a different one for most guys that go through the national draft. I spent 2 years in Sanford before I actually got my corner.
Playing for? Won the Club Champions Award last night for Territory Thunder.
Your brother Joel was there too?
Yes, pocket. Yeah. You and Youngie are swapping, we'll make the changes from the bench.
Probably.
How much time before on the rookie draft? How long were you there before you played your first game?
I got there
How many games have you played?
83 up to.
And you've signed a new contract with them?
Yeah, got a year to go, so hopefully not jump 100 next year.
They had quite a year, didn't they? I mean, they turned their season around. I'm not sure how they were going to go.
Yeah, really fast.
All right, hang on. They're just going to come to me. Hopefully.
I think we just run out of legs in the end.
Let's quickly go down to Brendan Fielder. Brendan.
G'day, yeah, Charlie. I'm standing with Sean Cusack. We're just walking off the field, and Sean, I saw you having quite a bit of a chat there with your ruckman. Is that where you think you could possibly pull back some points?
Yeah, look, I reckon if we give it another push, we'll get a few more goals here. But you know, it's up to our midfield to give it a real crack in the last quarter.
As you were saying, the St Mary's guys, they are tiring a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably their first game, so if we put the pressure on them, we've got the breeze, everything in our favour. We've got a winner at full forward, so hopefully we can give it a crack in the last quarter.
Good luck.
Thanks.
There you go, Charlie. Hoping that something will come out of the ruck for the Redtails.
On you, Brendan. Thanks for that. So they're counting on tiring legs here from Saints. I don't know if I'd count on that too much. They've done a pretty good pre-season, St Mary's, but the Redtails might set something up here. It's their first chance to go forward. Their 4A's got a result now. Referee's got his second kick one in that third turn. One here in the last.
It's just good to see their staff playing.
That's the start that the Redtails wanted. They take their score on to 9 goals, 660 to St Mary's 11-10-76. So we might have given one more point to St Mary's what we should have been. I reckon we ripped off a point of the Redtails. It's three-quarter time score. Oh yeah, look, umpires bounced the footy, and there is a spectator running right through the centre square and through the play. And now the umpires see what's going on, and they're blowing the whistle, and they will call up play. Gee, he got right into the action, didn't he?
That's silly play. Really. He got himself seriously hurt there. Players focusing on the footy. And he's learned from that. Now he jumps the fence and disappears, and not before time. Umpire to ball it up again.
There you go, that's probably just the one thing that we don't need. It's been a great occasion. We don't need idiots like that. Footy back underway. St Mary's getting the little centre clearance kick. It was off the boot of Mark McLean. He sent it inside 50. Jaden Pryor out in front of Iggy Vallejo. Then Vallejo applies the tackle. The ball spills over to Baden Nalkin. He comes back from the Todd River side to the grandstand side. Big switch of play. Oh, it's a good kick to the advantage of Luke Adams. Couldn't quite hold on to the mark. Heath tackles him. Adams gets a handball away. Paul Campbell comes in, knocks it to his own advantage. He'll gather on the wing. A little bit slippery, trying to pick it up. Eventually he does. Campbell one bounce onto the left boot. Kick towards the foot. Turner's taken the mark right in front of the eyes. He looks up. Big Stafford wants it in the square. The kick goes in that direction. Stafford up. Got hands on it. Couldn't take the mark. Front spill down into the forward pocket. St Mary's defence pretty desperate. And the umpire might come in and ball this one up. A big pack of players over the top of it. And all up in the forward pocket with the Redtails deep in attack. Getting a bit excited. They're starting to surge.
Kick out only to the Redtails, though they can set this up in the goal square. Turner there, goes over the head and through for minus score. You feel that the Redtails really have to kick the next goal. They need to get a couple unanswered, don't they? Got one, Saints will bring it out here. So they need to kick. They're almost getting in the way. Justin Wilson's a good attack.
Look, a bit hit and miss with his set shots, Jeff Miller, when he's on song. A lovely kick. Just seen him be a little bit shaky from time to time with the set shot.
His team needs this. That's an understatement. They do need it. He starts the journey. He'll kick from about 30. Onto the right boot he goes. Two in a row, Dragons contest. by 9 points.
Yeah, it closed up quickly, that margin, didn't it?
24 back down to 9.
Yeah, three-quarter time. We're just sort of thinking, gee, St Mary's going to too quickly here. This is all over, but the Redtails now surging. 4 minutes gone, final turn.
Of course, the Redtails had 19 players out there for a while.
All up back in the middle, Darren Young doing the ruck work. Got the tap out towards the wing. Luke Adams has had some influence on this game. Charlie Marr there trying to paddle it forward. Swaney Hill a little bit clumsy there. Over the top and into the back of St Mary's opponent. They'll come up with the free kick. Shannon Rioli it was. The handball off to Mark McLean. McLean goes long and direct. He's looking for McFarlane in the front position. Couldn't take the grab. His recovery not bad. Lost control of the footy. The defence for the Redtails linking up with hands. Shane Dixon tried to get the kick away. Partly smothered. He's got some assistance out there. Gee, the St Mary's forward still putting plenty of pressure on. Oh, and again another smother. The ball rebounds to Dixon. Gets the handball off. He'll receive it in the 1-2 exchange. That's now. All playing quick. Leads in the middle. Turns around, plays on, delivers inside 50. Stafford in front, couldn't hold on to the chest mark. Miller goes in hard, he can't pick up the footy. The ball spins forward, Stafford with a soccer off the ground. We'll get it over the boundary line next to the behind post boundary throw in.
Again, they were Stafford conscious, they'd probably had a player out to the left.
Yeah, I think Jeff O'Neill was dead.
So they haven't needed their forward line, having a real big here, the Redtails. 11-10 plays 10-7. They kicked 2 goals at the start of this last term after trailing by 24. They've clawed it back within 9 points now. St Mary's win it. Kick out towards the half-back line over the boundary line on the full. Coombs was there, so the pressure's going to stay. Mallard's kick, tap.
Sends it deep into attack. Ball off hands. Oh, good tackle by Stafford. The umpires let St Mary's go away. Another great tackle. They're not getting away with that one. Stafford snaps. Military advantage. Wait on what the goal umpire says here. I reckon he put it through, but the umpire's going to pay the free kick and will bring the footy back. Maybe it was too long after the free kick's been played. I suppose it's going to be some sort of...
It's Charlie Marr, the captain here.
Well, you'd expect him to be kicking this from only about 15-20 metres out. Charlie Marr Jr. stuttering run up. He pulls it straight over the goal umpire's head. There's less than one straight kick in this one at Traeger Park. The Redtails coming home strongly, but St Mary's still leader by 3 points. 7-minute mark, final turn.
Well, they might have been right, Matt. What did you think of the comments of Johnny Cusack that the Saints might have told him?
I just think the Redtails, once they got the drag is behind on that, once you have an advantage, they're definitely out of the track.
Listening to the footy on ABC Local Radio across the territory. 105.7 ABC Darwin, 783 in the Alice. And that's where we are. Traeger Park. Good terrific match. 11 points for the Redtails at quarter time. Saints by 9 at half time. Saints by 24 at 3/4 time. 3 unanswered goals from the Redtails at the start of this last term. Coming back with his
All back in the middle. St Mary's looking to get the clearance. Pollard does. Tough one for the forwards. Dixon there for the Redtails. Weaves his way through some traffic. The footy. Six looking for Swaney. Paul Campbell working to do a little bit of space. He's listening to the crowd of the grandstand. He's going to have a shot.
It'll have to be 55 metres stand.
50 odd out and take it. Puts the kick on, it's wide. He had the distance, didn't have the accuracy though. Point, he narrows the mark. Mary's leading the CAFC Redtails, 8.5 minutes gone, final turn.
Short kick came out to Shannon Rioli, centre half back. And then he goes with a searching kick to Daniel Hill. Stout defender he is. Cannon as he kicked the ball away. Got down to his tongue watch. Got it onto his right foot. In fact, it was kick from McFarlane in best position. Play there by the prices. Able to set that up and put it to McFarlane. And he'll have a shot on a tough angle.
some territories taking the mark. Delivers it outside the defensive 50. Well, that next kick is dangerous. Put the teammate there. Gareth Free under a fair bit of pressure. Some good assistance. Handball goes out wide. Thomas Corey with the footy. Caught in the tackle. Managed to slip the hands away. Big Darren Young, some great evasive skills from the middle. Kicks to the wing. Swain Hill's taking the mark on the chest. He certainly lifted in this last quarter. It's after he gave away that 50-metre penalty. Mind you, his kick forward wasn't particularly good. That's been cut off by Mikey Coombs. Go Coombs, he kicks towards forward for St Mary's. Jaden Pryor up in front, waiting down for the crumbs for St Siggy Valajo. Dished off the handball, the kick is a good one. Lidgerwood's taken the mark, about 45 metres out from goal. You can tell when Saints are going forward, you can't hear anything coming out of the grandstand. Hit him forwards, and he's forced the ball up, so that's a pretty good effort by Tyson Carmody down there on the last line of defence. Now they've managed to rush it through from behind after the next ball up.
Teach you how to mark a ball. That was a horrible kick, was it?
No! Great kick. Go down there! That way!
Waiting on some teammates in basketball. He took a little bit of a bounce.
Kick it!
And they're on.
Kick or run! How is he going to do it?
Deliberate in his approach. Runs in.
You want to run fast? It's stirring stuff, isn't it, Matt? I mean, even if they don't win it from here, I think they found something in this last quarter. They can take it to the next 3 games. Oh, 2 points.
Up by 2 points. 12-8 plays, 11-12.
13-minute mark in the last quarter. Probably not as confident as Matt Campbell. Hoping for the same result. He's over 3. Campbell out the middle. Boston slide the tackle. Somehow scrubbed the kick. Takes a mark. Just back into the centre circle for the Redtails. He wants to go long and direct. Looking for Mallard again. It's in. Mallard picks up inside 50. Long and direct. Here comes Stanford. Piece of that one. I don't think it's good out until he hit the ground. Now the kick out of the field. Comes straight back. The Redtail the mark with Charlie Marr 60 metres out from goal.
Football at the moment, the Redtails. Charlie Marr with the chip kick. Stand by. Have it on that far side of the ground. Long way out. Right over that pocket. Gibson Turner. Thanks, Stan. So he's about 4 metres in from the boundary line. He'll kick from 50. He's going to take a mighty kick. But I tell you what, if he kicks it, he's going to make it very difficult for St Mary's.
The toughest.
All the momentum with that home side here.
Toughest spot to kick him from, only Trevor Beers on the near.
It's going to be a side. But the distance okay, Matt Campbell kick.
Kicking again for St Mary's, almost came unstuck. The kick out of defence was under pressure too. Yeah, we're going to get a ball up for the Redtails.
What must have been touched?
Yeah, it's all I can think of. Looked like a great mark for the little fella. little fellas get them. You want to give it to them. They don't get many opportunities to take them ones. We'll get another ball up here after the restart.
Tackling intensity is lifted Matt Campbell.
They won't go away. You know they won't give the game up. St Mary's, greatest club in England. Sticks it again.
Ground gets onto the right boot. Goes long to the vacant half forward line. Stafford stood off it. Drop to the back. Good kick here. Running with the fly to the ball. Ma running back.
Obviously raving the hands and snap forward by the big fella Karen Young then.
Gibson Turner runs around on the mark. Goes off the outside. What's that? Just 16 minutes gone, Charlie. 5 unanswered goals. That's a big burst. I don't know if that weather's changed too. Maybe around about 3/4 time. Maybe the goals from the Redtails side. The breeze has certainly picked up. Still across ground, but maybe just towards that turn in. Points the margin here then in favour of the home team. 13-9 to the common goals of goal. St Mary's, unbelievably, about in this final quarter. And Jeff Hughes what he was talking about.
The CAFC Redtails are running on. St Mary's going backwards. Reggie Smith swoops on it. Right in front of Stafford. Turner beats into the footy from the pocket. The snapper around the body is pretty wide. I reckon it was out of bounds on the full. The goal umpire's going to have a chat. He might get a point out of this.
Goal square though, the Redtails. They're 3-1 St Mary's defenders in the goal square. Further upfield with it. So the free kick to Saints in the back pocket. Check that time. The Saints here, they need a couple. Past 7.5 minutes. It's going for about 5 minutes. Kick out towards Jossie Heath. Heath tucked the one in the back pocket. Hands there, his hands on it, and the late hit came over the top. Short kick into the centre. Mark Cleave. It's been a good player. Drops it on the right boot. Puts it out to Thunderwatch. Kick to Thunderwatch. Got caught late. Not to give a free kick down the field. That's just tails there. All left on the ground here. That's a dangerous kick. It was good. Into the hands of Gibson. High up and under. Saints come 5. Ball goes to the ground. Oh, too many Solid defence gets across.
Up by a great look-away handball from Gareth Renfrey. Gee, he's been good today. Very consistent through the 4 quarters. That's what he does in club footy. Saints out of the fence. They come very, very wide. Mark taken just inside the boundary line by Daniel Hill. It's almost like they're under target pressure in the Saints. Look great. Short pass to the 50. Stafford comes chasing. Couldn't complete the mark. Second grab. Get the hands out the full handle. He's handled to Charlie Marr. Marr with the left boot. He's taken the mark on the chest. 60 out from goal. Sends her up. The bounces to Ryan Mallard. Mallard handball. I think he was looking for a voice, but he missed it. He's in the road, and now Saints clear off half back. Rioli's got it. He'll deliver towards the centre. Wasn't one of his better kicks, but he's found Labastida.
Labastida down the right boot, sees Wilson on a charge off the wing. Lucky not to get the free kick, and he's frustrated with it. Handball came from Musgrave. Gave it out wide. Redtails now.
No, we can't kick straight!
Goal here for Saints, and it's really game on again, isn't it?
Can't even kick straight in back!
Brings it down, so Saints have where they wanted. The clock goes to 20.5 minutes. We're looking about 4 minutes left in the match. They've got to keep it here. Desperate play by the Redtails, can't get it out of defence. Again, they hold it on.
That'll be a free kick, I reckon.
St Mary's free kick out of the right.
Bit of a coat hanger in there. We've got a hand over there. Wilson, he's probably been Saints match played the most of it. So to make sure the umpire noticed it. It becomes a very important centre clearance the next one if he kicks this.
The 4 points, isn't it? If he kicks this in the he's got the goal.
Yes, he has.
Wilson kicks it. So St Mary's getting back up 12 to 13-10.
Smash him now! Smash him! Hit! Go hit!
Tell you what, Weedy Hayes, I'll pop down to a game at Aldrich Name. Charlie Point here was short next to the name. Weedy's out there playing over. He was kicked for it. Only got 3 kicks. Don't know how he does it.
Wasn't he in the Norm Hagen team? I think he was. Both the Hayes boys were in.
All up back in the middle. It's game on now. Traeger Park. Listen to kick in this. Red free again out of the centre. Put the kick out in front of Luke Adams. Foot race on. Pollard right there with him, wearing him like a glove. Good effort there by Adams, but been dispossessed. The weight of numbers in St Mary's favour. The handball went out to Heath and came from Tutterwatch. He's kick around the body. Tough one for Labastida to take. Shane Dixon's been good. He picks it up and slams it forward for Central Australia. Mallard gets there late. Slips it with the handball out. Just the wheeler now with the footing. Around the ball with the left foot. Stafford in the front position. Won't go the mark. He gets the crumbs. Snaps over the shoulder with the right boot. He's hooked it too far. And it's out of bounds on the full. That could have just about finished it. Now St Mary's a chance to attack from deep in defence.
22.5 minutes gone, not much left in it. Saints desperate, they need it at the other end of the ground, and they get it there. Good defensive work, but they're good too late. Has the mark. It's on the left foot. Can't play from him. Saints not counting here. Not sure what's on the clock. There is no clock here. Can't load the target. Went too much and got away from him. Ball left on the ground. Good play to Redtails. Hurry kick went forward on the feet. Snapshot here from the long way out, right with the nose. Yes, back in the score. Game over, he kicked the goal, he didn't kick the behind. Saints still lead.
Probably had time as well, a little bit more time than what he thought back. Out of the fence, straight down Charlie Mars' way. New York Marathon to the Boston Marathon, I think. Kicks it deep into attack, waiting at the back. Mallard couldn't get the crumbs. The handball comes out Saints' way. There's still a chance here. Pollard with a footy. Goes long. Second half, the under a Cowboys had. He played magnificent football in defence in the final. 4-2.
24 minutes gone.
It's a terrific mark. He seems to know when to go the punch and when to take the grab. That was vital. He took this one. He'll send the Redtails forward. Short pass. Redtails having in the forward pocket. Big Stafford came a long way up from goals. He was looking for Mallard with the handball. Couldn't get it to him. Saints defenders there to lock it up. And we get a ball up on the attacking 50 for the Redtails. They're leading by 5 points. And we've had almost 5 minutes of time in the last quarter. Here comes Saints on their half-back line. One last hurrah. Plenty of good tackling here from the Redtails. Luke Adams slips a handball out. The ball going in the wrong direction as far as the Redtails concerned. Nailka gets a handball out. And there's the... Redtails coaching box up to our left, Charlie. Ballistic in there.
What do you think of that victory? Oh, it's pretty good, yeah. I mean, it's
stunning victory for the Redtails.
exciting right through, really, and glad to see Dallas Spring side get up, or Central Australian side get up. Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Pretty good game. Got the crowd going.
As well, because Nick Luck
you know what's the next one?
long foot slog on his
While we weren't here, I tell you what, you missed something.
Have a say.
9 minutes left in the game.
It was a great game. Really enjoyed it.
I might have visited, but it's a great game, and I want to hear the theme song. Great game.
There's another legend here, look.
Don't walk by yourself, brother. He's good.
We got it, yeah.
And my young fellow was playing it.
He just knew they wouldn't go away. Momentum was with the Redtails.
Yeah, I grew up in rugby league too.
Start the first 15 minutes of that last quarter. Anyone else probably would have put up the white.
I was in the standing tree.
Yeah, they were coming back. I was waiting for
Yeah, I was in that tree.
Yeah, right. What do you reckon about the game?
That was an excellent game. That's a great game for their first game, and they proved themselves tonight, and I reckon they'll go very far. Well done, Redtails. Well done.
Do you have a favourite player?
Ton of heart.
Central Australian Redtails.
Is that?
Great atmosphere here at Traeger.